from?
We're live.
Oh, shit. Hey, guys. This is the I'm Not Going to Work podcast.
Yeah, you keep leaving the tomorrow out.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. This is the I'm Not Going to Work tomorrow podcast. I'm
Yeah.
Wolfman.
I'm Eads.
What's up? How's it going, Eads, buddy?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm all right. How about... Oh, yeah, I just asked
We're not
you
going to
that.
be that podcast that pretends that we weren't sitting in front of each other for like 3 hours.
Yeah, we just wrapped up a D&D game.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
It was, I wouldn't say it was interesting.
Yeah.
That's one word I would not use to describe this past game.
Yeah.
We had
don't
like
know.
one interesting moment.
Do you want to like talk about it, or are we just gonna leave that one alone for right now?
Well, we fucking brought it up.
Yeah, we did.
All right, so, well, I mean, I can't talk too much because I'll give shit away. But yeah, okay. So, any DM, right, who has ever prepared a game and then the players did exactly the opposite of what they expected, that was today. But I'm not a newbie DM. I've been doing this about goddamn like half a dozen years, right?
Uh-huh.
And I had these motherfuckers eating out of the palm of my hand. They went wherever I told them. They just went everywhere. Like, I would give them like 3 options. Anyway, if any of those 3 options would be great, they take one. I'm already mentally prepared for that direction, so I can feed them. So it's not an illusion of choice. It's an actual choice. So this session, well, leading up to this session, for like 2 real-life months worth of sessions, we have been making our way to the fucking Capitol so that we could talk to somebody specifically about doing something. As soon as we talk to that person and discover the next step, we have 2 options. We can talk to the leadership in town, or we can, go do more main story plot stuff. And
Yeah.
after careful, excruciating consideration, we decide to do nothing. We just run off in a random direction.
Yeah, we really kind of did.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. You know what? I kind of take it a little bit on myself because I went and talked to the main guy. The cloak guy, the one that was supposed to guide the rest of the way.
Yeah.
And I came back to the party. I told them about it. And then we did fuck all with it.
Yep. You didn't push.
Yeah, that's on me. That's my fault.
I don't care what we do. What do you think we should do? I don't care what we do either. What do you think we should do? Well, I don't care what we do.
I kind of care.
That's what happened at this table for about 3 hours.
Look, I pushed my idea as best I could, okay? I'm trying not to be the one that tells everybody what to do, but half the time I have to tell everybody what to do.
Well, it's just a part of the game.
Yeah, I'm learning that. I have to say, I am enjoying this game.
Yeah.
I don't want it to seem like everything's all...
No, this session was rough.
Yeah, but, it's had some build-up that we're kind of coming off of.
Yeah.
And
we just can't get to the next thing. And we get right next to the level up. We just wander off.
Yeah. How far off are we? Well, actually, I know the answer to that. Except
You're exactly
for this.
6 days off.
No, okay.
You want to get closer to the main plot and the level? Turn around. It's that simple.
I know. But, okay, so I'll tell you this. I did I don't know if this counts as metagaming, but I looked up the chart for how much XP goes for each level,
Yeah.
And last time you and I talked about it, we were at 9,000. I don't know what this section gets us to, but the next level is at, I think it's 14,500.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever that does for us. I think he's calculating what comes next. I don't know.
Dude, at this point, calculating what comes next is utterly impossible.
Yeah.
And there was so for this game, that was supposed to happen a little bit.
What do you mean? Like the splintering off of.
Yeah, because the game, we got like 3 big bosses, and their gears are constantly turning no matter where you are.
Yeah. That's the thing that I think is cool about D&D, because things are actually time sensitive. You know, if you've ever played like Skyrim or Fallout or any of those other RPG type games,
Yep.
you know, things just kind of happen when you show up. There's no timetable to anything. So you could literally spend 100 days in game doing whatever you want to.
Doing fuck all.
Yeah, doing fuck all, doing side quests, going hunting down that one particular thing that you saw on Reddit that you really want in the game. But in D&D, it doesn't work that way. You know, you keep a time schedule, and certain things happen at certain times, and if you're not there, well, that's your fault.
Yep.
So that's one thing that I think is interesting, kind of keeps me coming back, because I don't want to miss anything, you know, in the game. That's why this session was hard.
Yeah, because they're just, we missed some stuff.
We did.
We absolutely missed out on several things. This is not at all how I expected it to go. We just dump what we were doing and go do some random thing that we haven't gotten a carrot for in ages.
Yeah. But I mean, you told me that's kind of that's like the main theme of this campaign is just random. It's all random. Nothing really makes sense. It just kind of keeps going and trudging along there.
Some stuff makes sense.
I mean, some stuff does, yeah.
What's random besides the encounters? And those are just there to piss you off about walking places. There's no fast travel.
Yeah, that's one thing too. But to quote you, actually, you haven't been able to really prepare for any of these games, like with making maps or anything like that. It's just all, you get here and then we just start. And we kind of leave off where we left, or start off where we left last time, and then wherever the wind blows us is just, you come up with the shit off the top of your head.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
That kind of ruined some of the magic for you, didn't it?
Not necessarily.
To learn just how much was off the dome.
I think it makes it more interesting for me because, like,
but now you can manipulate me emotionally to get what you want out of a scene.
Not necessarily.
You could.
I mean, I could, but I'm not smart enough to do that.
Let's see here. Have you ever needed something? Have you ever needed to present an idea to someone, but you needed it to be their idea?
Inception.
Yeah. Have you ever incepted somebody?
I believe that's the whole point of that movie. Not that I can recall. I'm not a very good emotional manipulator, I'll be honest with you.
I can't recall. Well, there's that one time I told you about.
Yeah, you told us last time.
I'm not going to tell that one. That's a sad story.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I thought you were talking about the girl with the stinky pussy. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember what you talked about. That's something that happened off of this stream.
Yeah. Well, anyway, people don't know anything about this D&D game we're talking about, so.
No. Okay, so a little bit of backstory on the game, I guess.
Yeah, introduce them to your character.
So my character.
Wait. We're in a tavern. All right, there's creaky floors. The smell of booze is in the air. You can hear the good times of all the patrons. The bartender standing behind the bar with a mug in his hand, just cleaning it with a rag like all bartenders do all day long.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the doorway is darkened.
Let me sit up here.
What do they see, Wolfman?
Enters a 6'7". I fucked it up already. Enters a 6'3" green-skinned half-orc. His name is Brubash. He wears fur pelts. Oh shit, I clipped. He wears fur pelts.
Back up a little bit.
Carries a very large axe and has a helm with a red handprint on it.
Pretty cute.
Yes. He is a barbarian. He likes to hit stuff a lot.
Brubash, the wild magic barbarian.
Indeed. The wild magic thing is kind of an interesting one. it piqued my interest when we started planning this out and making characters and stuff. There's part of me that kind of regrets it, but then at the same time, it's like it's kind of interesting, keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
So
So you don't have a lot of you. I wanted to ask you what's your least favorite class to play, but you only have the experience with barbarians.
Okay, so this is where I think I might be a little different
Mm-hmm.
because I've made so many characters. So many characters. I like
Making it is fun, but
Yeah.
is playing it fun?
I don't know. I like barbarians so far, being honest. Just cuz like I think it's cool. You hit stuff real good.
Yeah, you hit stuff good.
I can tell you what I think my other favorites would be.
All right, let's go.
Hold on, I'm pulling up my character list here. So yeah, I've introduced you to the Brew Bash. Then next down on the list is Thurder Grundlethunk.
Thurder Grundlethunk.
Thurder Grundlethunk. He is a bugbear, which is like this large, hairy, kind of Sasquatchy type character.
Dude, we have moved deep into nerd territory.
Oh, yeah.
We just came right out the gate.
Hey, shit happens like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, Thurder, he is a fighter, which is a class, so he also hits stuff real good.
So clearly, fighter's going to be fun for you, barbarians.
I have a lot of melee, but I also have a lot of magic-y type users. So just hold on. His thing is reach. So
the question was, what is your least favorite?
I didn't like the wizard.
It's just too much.
Yeah, it's too much shit to keep track of. You got a spell list that's like 20 things long. Each thing does this one particular thing, and you got to use it in the right particular scenario for it to actually be relevant.
It is really the D&D class with the most homework that has nothing to do with the game.
Yeah, so one of our one-shots, I played a character called Hooter Shooter, who was an Owlkin wizard.
Hooter Shooter.
Hooter Shooter, yeah. It was just some dumbass name I came up with on the spot.
Hooter Shooter.
Yeah, how an owl. His name's Hooter. So, I did not.
Had a girlfriend. She had some good Hooter Cooter.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was probably mediocre. You're a nerd.
Yeah. I'm surprised he had a girlfriend at all.
Yeah, that's not canon.
Yeah, no. It was just a one-shot, so... I did not like that. Now, I did make a sorcerer that I thought would be really cool to play. She was, it's that orc sorcerer I told you about. Her name's Absidy, spelled A-B-C-D-E.
Oh, yeah, that sounds really fun, actually.
Yeah. You know where I got that name from?
Where?
Shit, what was his name?
You told me this.
Yeah, I did. I had a whole backstory for this chick. So... she's a sorcerer, and orcs are notoriously kind of dumb.
Yeah.
So I made it where she was the only orc that learned how to read. She found like a kid's book somewhere, like they got it in a raid or something like that. And she taught herself, and so she saw the alphabet, and the first thing she saw was A, B, C, D, E. Absidy. Anyway, she kind of leaves the horde and meets this wizardy type fella in the woods, and he kind of teaches her how to control her powers, and she becomes super badass.
Yeah, I mean, like you do.
Yeah.
Absidy is one of the most original characters I've ever heard of.
Yeah. It was, you know where I got that name from? It was George Carlin. He's a comedian. He did the 7 little words you're not allowed to say on TV and radio.
Yeah, he was Rufus from Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's one. I also had another one. Where did he go?
Oh, yeah. I got to move this. We should probably mute the mics when we move the arm.
Yeah, that's what I did when I sat up. But the other character that I think is one of my favorites is Burgle Windblower.
Urgle Windblower.
Yeah, take a guess as to what he is and what class he is.
We've already done this. He's a halfling bard.
No,
He's a halfling.
no,
Urgle Wind. Oh, he's a gnome.
nope.
The fuck? We have already did this, didn't we? Or was it somebody else?
It was someone else. Yeah, yeah.
Burgle
You're thinking
Windblower.
of Tandy McLandry, who was
Andy
a
McLandry.
halfling bard that played the banjo.
Got you.
Yeah, he was a bard of the College of Eloquence.
Okay, so this name, Burgle Windblower.
Yep, it's a fart joke, by the way.
Is it right off the dome? Did you look at any lore to inspire the name?
Nope, straight out of my dome cap.
Okay, so I have this could be a fucking like dark elf.
No, when I tell you what he is, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Dwarf.
Nope. That was brought up well. Too bad you weren't.
I like that. Okay. Hang on one second. Burgle Windblower. He's a farter. He likes to fart. Like most mammals. Let's see here. He is fucking balls.
What's really funny is I've done this very character with you before, and you just don't even. You got it the first time last time.
I've already said halfling and gnome, and you said no both of those.
Yep.
Burgle Windblower.
You give up?
No. He's not a bard.
Nope.
Druid.
He is a druid.
Okay. Half elf?
Nope.
Burgle is such a fucking halfling name. Oh, he's a kobold.
Nope.
Fuck. Goblin.
Nope.
It's some little dorky thing.
Maybe.
Fuck. I give up. What's the race?
He's a furbolg.
Oh, that does make sense.
Yep, he's a furbolg druid. He set out on his own one day from his little tribe trying to find, just to see what the world was like. And his favorite thing is to cast Gust of Wind as, like the cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
And he just makes it seem like people fart all the time.
Well, isn't Gust of Wind the one that requires a bean as a material component?
I believe it does.
Yeah, it's a fart joke.
Yep.
We see you, wizards. We see you.
Yeah.
Even though you're kind of a dick sometimes.
Yeah, always writing shit and
Always
having to
writing
read stuff.
shit. Fucking trying to take money.
Who wants to read?
Nobody wants to read it. Uh-oh.
No, you cut out for a second.
That's the first time this ever happened to my mic. I don't like that.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I like Burgle. He's a hermit, too.
Burgle, the Hermit Windblower.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. He's pretty neat. He was one of the first characters I actually made.
I had an idea for a druid that I wanted to play at some point. He's fuck, I don't remember his name, but he's an insect, like a bugmancer, if you will.
Yeah.
He just lives for bugs. He only turns into bugs, and he does a lot of conjuration where he summons insects.
Well, that seems kind of neat.
Yeah, he's kind of cute. I like him.
Yeah.
It just seems, I like the idea of a druid that is absolutely thematically themed. Like, thematically themed.
You kind of have to with a druid. Like, you kind of have to with everything in D&D. But a druid can be so many different things, They can be melee, kind of. They can be magic-y. They can be of the woods. They could be all kinds of... okay, I hate to keep bringing it back to Critical Role, but Keyleth, she took her base story from Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Huh.
Yeah, you never noticed that?
No.
Yeah, because she came from the air Ashari.
Oh.
Then she had to go to the earth Ashari. Then she had to go to the fire ones, and then she had to go to the water ones.
That make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it do, don't it?
Yeah, it do. Okay. Well, you got me with that one. Okay. So the class that I have enjoyed the least, Rogue.
Oh yeah.
I hated my Rogue. Like,
why? Like, what, did you just make a stupid character?
No, he was bad. He was really cool. He was the son of my previous character. His name was Kukri. He looked cool. He had really cool abilities. He fucking had nightmares that came to life and shit because he was like part beholder.
Oh,
well, he was a whole beholder.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, I'll tell the story of Axe and Kukri at some point. But yeah, playing a rogue just was so boring.
Yeah, because I think I know where you're going with this. Is it like combat reasons or is it RP reasons?
Well, both. So, the rogue I was playing, he was not a thief,
Yeah.
He wasn't like crazy about owning stuff. He was actually really super self-conscious because he didn't want to become his super egotistical father. I think I'm showing up in your mic.
Are you?
Sure. Yeah, I definitely am. But whatever. It doesn't matter.
Oh well.
So where was I? Oh yeah.
You're talking about your rogue that you didn't like.
Yeah, he was just not all that fun to play.
Yeah.
He was a really tortured fella. Like, it was hard for him to have like really strong interactions.
Was he just like too shy? Like, you didn't have enough charisma to really be able to push him in any kind of direction, or what was it?
Maybe that was an issue. I'm not sure. If that was the issue, it's one that I'm blind to, and probably everybody else could see perfectly.
Yeah.
But no, like, I pushed him forward, but the shit that he did didn't really have enough oomph behind it. Like, his entire build was based around like scoring critical hits.
Oh, you were crit fishing.
I was a crit fisherman, absolutely. Yeah. So he just sort of fell flat as far as the fun was concerned. He had a lot of cool character moments, and there was more for him in store if we had continued. But he was actually the last character that I played with my original group before I moved here.
Yeah.
He was disappointed.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this real quick. So, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Where did it go? I just had a question in my head and it's just completely gone. I'm sorry.
About D&D?
Yes, it was D&D. Damn it.
I'm gonna take these headphones off.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
It's
mine
distracting me. I can hear myself going,
It does get kind of weird.
Yeah.
But okay, so fuck. Okay, I guess never mind. I'm like a lazy Susan. It'll come back around eventually.
That's fair.
Go ahead with whatever you were about to say.
No, just I'm gonna hate on rogues a little longer.
Okay.
So, like, they're just. So my favorite class was the sorcerer, and I was able to. I had so much versatility. I always had something to say. And this actually is the father of the rogue. And most classes that I've played, there was always something to do. Like the barbarian, I just made grog basically. It was just a tabaxi, a big old cat man. It was stupid, and yeah, it was pretty fun.
I think that's kind of like part of the fun of playing a barbarian.
You're stupid.
Kind of. Like,
yeah.
I didn't build Brewbash to be stupid. He's kind of...
It comes in handy when it comes in handy.
He's too worldly to not be kind of smart. Like, he's not the smartest person in the group,
wise.
Definitely. Yeah, he's seen some shit,
Yeah.
But I don't know. You know, one thing I see a problem with like rogues is, you know, that whole thing with advantage and what is it called?
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack. Yeah. Rogues get crits so easy. Eventually, it would just kind of get boring to just constantly hit things.
Yeah, it's all about getting the critical hit, and then when you don't get the critical hit, it's the end of the fucking world. Oh my god, I'm fucking useless. You don't really get to do like. I multi-classed just so I'd have something to do.
Yeah. Oh shit, that reminds. Okay, my question came back. Lazy Susan people. So okay, what? Because usually rogues are super edgelords because they're like all dark and mysterious and shit.
I was that guy.
Yeah. So, which do you like more and which do you dislike more? Okay, if you have like an edgelord or like somebody with like kind of a happy background, like somebody that had both their parents, they didn't die some kind of tragic way. They just was like, I'm gonna leave home and find my fortune, or whatever the fuck you want it to be. Which one would you rather do?
Which one would I rather play?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the DM. Who's DMing?
I don't know. Whoever you want it to be.
Chris Perkins.
Okay, sure. Knock
Chris
yourself out.
Perkins is DMing. I want a tragic ass backstory for Chris Perkins because he is like a tragic, edgy, horror filled backstory because Chris Perkins will give me nightmares. All right, I want the full experience, I want the whole thing.
Okay, say you're going with Matt Mercer then.
I'm going with Matt Mercer. I want to pack as much fun as possible in here. I like maybe a curse that he can play with and have fun and just define all by himself.
Okay.
You know, fucking. I'm a rogue. Does it matter what subclass?
No, not really. I mean, it could be any class, really, if you wanted it to be.
I'm just choosing between whimsical and edgy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess with a rogue, you kind of almost have to go edgelord.
A little bit, because you're good at stabbing people in the back.
Yeah, you know, you don't really come from a happy childhood and stab people in the back like that.
Yeah. So this is a completely side point. So you know how, like, when I introduced you to D&D,
Uh-huh.
and we were going through the races, I was like, don't pick Aarakocra. They're broken. I fucking hate Aarakocra.
Yeah, I remember that.
Aarakocra? I think Aarakocra sounds better.
Whatever, bro. I've only ever read it. I never actually heard it said.
Aarakocra. The bird people.
If that's what you say.
Yeah, they start with a 50-foot fly speed.
Yeah, that is kind of broken early game.
It is, but here's an idea. Hear me out.
Uh-huh.
All right. A flight-based game where players are limited to races that have access to flight. Sustained flight. So that would be Aarakocra, Owlin, feral tieflings,
Yeah, because they have wings.
and I think I would allow, because there's winged kobolds in the monster manual,
Yeah.
I think I'd give you flight in exchange for something.
What about a half dragon? Because half dragons have wings.
Yeah, I'd give a half dragon with the dragonborn instead, you know?
Yeah.
Just use a dragonborn, you have wings. Yeah.
So you would just reskin the dragonborn instead of using the actual half dragon stat block and stuff?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
It's got to be balanced.
I
It's got to be a
guess.
playable race.
Yeah.
you
Oh
know?
yeah, because I guess
And the dragonborns are right there.
they're not a playable race, are they? The half dragons.
Nope.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Link. Okay, so there was another. It seems like there was another race I'm missing that could fly. Aarakocra,
Can't
Owlin.
Asimir fly like a certain sub race?
For like 6 seconds a day.
No, that doesn't really count in this setting.
No, it's gotta be sustained.
But to your point, all you're really doing is you're basically just doing the opposite of what you said in the beginning, where you're like, no Aarakocra because
Yeah.
they fly.
And now,
But
just
now
making
you're-
it, all right, we're gonna have a fly game, but it's only flying.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's basically the biggest game of the ground is lava.
Yeah. I was thinking like, fucking the town is like a floating city or something,
Yeah.
you know?
You know what? There's a video game like this. It was BioShock Infinite. Did you ever play that?
No, it did not.
Yeah, so Did you ever play any of the BioShocks?
Very little.
But you know the premise
BioShock
of
is
it.
this one with Big Daddy.
Yeah, little sister and Big Daddy and stuff.
You know, that's like a gross thing now.
Yeah, you know, you're right.
Yeah. Bigs and littles.
Yeah.
Did they steal that from BioShock? Did
I
they
don't
start
know.
a cultural sexual movement?
I don't know.
Isn't that gross?
That is a question to ask, though. Because, like, what's the deal with the influx of all the, stepbrother,
I'm sorry.
stepbrother, stepsister, stepmom, stepdad pornos and stuff these days?
I heard even Joe Rogan acknowledge that shit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, don't you think?
He said there was like a fucking explosion of it during the pandemic. But I think it was there way before.
It was, but it wasn't like so far in the forefront.
As soon as you open fucking Pornhub, like there's 7 like incest videos immediately.
Yeah, it's kind of disturbing. I don't like it.
They're pushing it.
Yeah, it's
like, what is going on?
It's a little weird.
Population control.
That's not really population control.
They're tempting people to do weird shit. They're putting weird shit in their heads, and those lines are not going to survive. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
They're going to have issues. They're going to have bodily issues. They're going to have organ failure. They're not going to last long if they do.
Yeah, but not with a step sibling.
No, but how many people have step siblings?
Well, considering all marriages, or like 50% of marriages end in divorce these days,
I guess.
it's not that unheard of.
I guess it's just still a really gross concept.
I mean, you have a stepsister.
Yeah. And it would be really gross for anything weird to happen.
I mean, I agree, but like...
I guess if you were a teenager and then acquired a stepsister.
So,
like all of a sudden... She's been my stepsister since I was like 5.
I mean, yeah, we're getting into semantics a little bit here, though. But of the 2 people sitting at this table, 50% of them have a stepsister.
Shut the fuck up. You and your logic.
I'm just saying, man. You kind of opened the door. I just stepped through it.
All I was saying is a gross thing.
It is. It's very gross. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Porn's getting weird these days.
Super weird. We were talking about it earlier. The girls are doing the fucking like eye cross with the tongue hanging out like a dog thing.
The cowie or something other like that.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know, man. I do not know. I think
we're alienating a large portion of our audience.
Possibly. I mean, you know, I
think we did that when we talked about D&D for an hour.
Has it already been an hour? Jesus.
No, it's been half an hour.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, I'm of the mind to let your freak flag fly as long as it's within the legal limits.
Right.
But, you know, not my cup of tea.
No. You know what else is pretty cringe to me?
What's that?
The fucking butt plug tail thing.
I kind of dig it.
It's like, it's pleasing to watch it sway, but just for like, what do they call that guy that holds the watch?
A hypnotist?
Yeah, just purely for hypnotism reasons. The fucking swaying tail is appealing to me. Just because, you know, it's something moving.
It's literally hypnotized. Holy shit, I never thought about that.
Yeah. Fucking all those TikToks of that tail just moving between the legs.
Yeah.
You're getting very sleepy. You're getting very horny. Fucking.
Well, it works.
Just because I know it's in a butthole, it bothers me. Fucking.
I mean, you know, it's like the Forbidden Forest. You just kind of want to go there.
Okay, so I have an argument for this.
Okay.
Fucking. At least half of the girls I've ever bedded, right?
Uh-huh.
I got to put it in their butt. It's pretty nice, but the appeal is not the actual butt stuff.
No, it's the getting it there.
It's talking your way into the butt.
Yeah. Because, like, if you think about it, you know, the vagina was kind of purposely made for that.
And the pussy's way better. It feels better. It's a more gratifying experience.
Yeah, it's more like sticking your dick in a bear claw instead of a regular Krispy Kreme donut.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, somebody else was saying, like the only point in the butthole that puts any pressure
is the sphincter.
Is the spank.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Letterkenny by chance?
A little. Yeah. That's what the argument was.
They have this very same argument.
Yeah, that's what it is. Fucking
Yeah.
Letterkenny.
I love that show.
It's a great show.
Yeah. I didn't care for Shoresy as much, though. It kind of it lost my interest.
I don't even know. I didn't watch enough. I need to go back to Letterkenny.
It's pretty good. I thought it was better.
Give your balls a tug, you tit fucker.
That when you burped at the beginning, that's where I got the whole. That was brought up well. Too bad you weren't.
Well,
you can learn some good chirping on that show.
Yeah, pretty good chirping.
Yeah, I thought Letterkenny was better than Trailer Park Boys. There, I said it. I said it. I said it. What I mean,
agree with you.
And I mean what I said.
100% agree with you. Trailer Park Boys is. It's like, I mean, it's fine. I like it. I don't hate it. I watched the whole 2 seasons of it. I didn't latch on.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it for a good while. I probably got through like 5 or 6 seasons of it. And eventually it just I just trailed off. But I watched every single episode of Letterkenny.
It's like Canadian Redneck The Office.
Trailer Park Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Letterkenny is an actual production. It's not like a pseudo reality.
Yeah.
It's not a mockumentary.
Yeah, I didn't care for the mockumentary style.
I liked it in The Office. It was great.
Yeah, but The Office had a much better production quality. But, Trailer Park Boys started out unintentionally shitty, and then they just continued to make it shitty because that's what they were known for.
It was unintentionally shitty?
Yeah, I mean, they started doing it with a fucking Sony camcorder.
They should have kept doing it with a Sony camcorder.
Yeah, because they started making that show in like 2006 or something like that. And so, eventually televisions and cameras got better. So they had to do something, I guess. So now it's the same style, but with a better quality picture. And so you just see how fucked up looking they look.
It's not a terrible show.
No, it's not terrible. I mean, like I said, I've watched it. I just like Letterkenny more.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so we've crossed that threshold.
Yeah.
And we've established that what stuff is only fun because it's hard to get there. What else is there? We've solved all the fucking world's problems.
I don't know. Oh, so I heard like a soft pitch tinfoil hat theory today.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so there's been talk of like low T. You know what I mean? Like low testosterone and stuff.
Low T. Why you say it like that?
That's just because that's the way it was told to me. But
a woman told you this story, didn't she?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, see, I could tell because she said low T.
Yeah. And so I was told this theory today. It basically goes, apparently there is a bit of a shortage with the testosterone shot, the one you stick in your ass. Like your ass cheek.
Wonder how come.
Well, she actually kind of solved this a little bit for me. You know how everybody's transitioning, like doing the transsexual thing?
No, I've heard nothing of it.
Well,
I saw this coming a mile away.
Okay, well, for one, fuck you. But yeah, her theory was that the reason there's a shortage is because there's so many people transitioning, so there's now less.
There's less testosterone to go around.
Yeah.
And
it's basic supply and demand.
So the people who need it now can't have it because the people whose feelings are hurt want it.
Basically. That was her theory anyway. When I got to be honest with you, when she started telling me this, I was like, God, there's going to be something stupid coming out of your mouth. And then she said that. I was like, wow, that actually makes a lot of sense.
It really does. It makes supply and demand, I guess. Fucking tell your fucking balls to get to work.
Yeah.
Where do they get the testosterone they're putting in people?
I don't know. I kind of thought that they were like making it, like synthesizing it, but they had to get the basic layout of the genome or whatever the fuck it is from somewhere. So in my head, it made sense that they got it from a bull. I don't know if that's true or not. I have no scientific background at all.
I'm going to Google this.
Okay.
So,
by the way, I'm not apologizing for how I said what I said about how she said it, because I said that very same thing to her face. I was like, you know what, this sounds like, at the beginning I thought you were going to say something stupid, but then you came up with this, and that actually makes a lot of sense. I said those very words to her face, so I don't feel bad about this at all.
That's fair. So you're not behind the back.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. You're not supposed to be the butt of the joke. Sorry, he just made you the butt.
And no, it was not my wife, if you were wondering.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it was a girl at work.
Okay.
Because I actually had to go to work today.
I did too. Where does the testosterone... I wrote, where's the testosterone come from? And it just showed me a picture of a dick and some balls.
Wow. I mean, that's not untrue.
Where does testosterone come from in...
Just put, where does testosterone come from for TRT, testosterone replacement therapy?
When bioidentical testosterone is synthesized in a medical laboratory, it is often derived from plant sources such as yams or soy.
Wow.
It is engineered to match the same exact chemical structure that is already being produced naturally by your body.
So it comes from plants. I would have never guessed that.
Bullshit. Bull balls. Fucking, I don't know. That seems... They get testosterone out of plants?
I mean, plants make all kinds of chemicals.
Then why the shortage?
I don't know.
We got soy fields out the fucking ass. We got so many soy fields, it's killing shit.
Yeah.
Like...
You know how bad monoculture is for the environment?
Bad.
Very bad. You're supposed to have variety in your landscapes. But there's so many people in the world that they can't really do...
Nope. This 5,000 miles, Kevin... This is corn.
Yep. And then that other 5,000 miles over there, that's soybeans.
Yep.
It's kind of messed up, huh?
Real messed up. Well,
Yeah.
You want to hear something messed up involving fields and shit?
Sure.
Okay, this is a dark story. Okay. So, my mother's maiden name is Crow. Right? On my mother's side, the family name is Crow. My uncle, he's a odd duck.
An odd duck, you say?
Yeah, he's interesting. So, Uncle Charles, I can say his first name because his last name isn't Crow.
Uncle Charlie.
Uncle Charles. Ain't no Charlie. Charles.
Oh, he's one of those, huh?
Yep, Charles. That's it.
Alrighty then.
That was his given name at birth, Charles.
I mean, yeah, that's how most of them are, but most Charleses go as Charlie, at least at some point in their life.
That's fair. I think maybe one of his wives called him Charlie. Whatever.
One of his wives, was he a polygamist?
No, he had a wife, and then they divorced and got another wife, and she died.
Ah.
But anyway, Uncle Charles, fucking, we had watermelons in his field one year.
Uh-huh.
And there were crows, fucking up the watermelons.
Yeah.
And we had a huge problem with crows. We used to build scarecrows all the time just to keep them out, and they were fucking terrible.
Yeah, crows will fuck up your crops.
Charles caught one in a live trap.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. He took that crow. It was crying. He plucked it alive.
Ew.
Yep. And then he put it in a cage and put it in the middle of the field so that it would cry, and the rest of the crows could hear it.
Wow.
There hasn't been a crow at that field since that happened.
Crows have, like, the best memory of any
Generational
animal.
memory. They know not to go near that field. Something
Yeah.
dark happened there. To this day, crows don't show up on crow farms.
Wow. That's fucked up, man.
It's pretty fucked up.
That
He's a
is-
fucking movie monster to these crows.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy?
That is absolutely nuts. Like,
I'll tell you one more story about Charles.
Just so you know, that's like some Jeffrey Dahmer shit right there.
We're not done, Kevin.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, folks.
Charles raises rabbits.
Oh, God, I know
Charles
where this is going.
Loves rabbits.
Like, are we talking like Lenny and Mice of Men rabbits, or...
Fat rabbits.
Oh.
Big fat rabbits.
Okay.
Yeah. He raises them up. He's got a whole, 12 by 30 section of his barn specifically just for rabbits.
That's a lot of rabbits.
Oh, yeah. It's got a row on each wall and a row down the middle.
Uh-huh.
And then a row in the back. So you can kind of just do a horseshoe all the way around them.
Yeah.
and he keeps these rabbits in little rabbit pens and goes out and feeds them, and he'll take them out and pet them. He puts the he puts the does and the bucks together so they can get more of them.
Yeah. Got to keep the line populated.
There's a funny story.
Is this where you learned about the birds and the bees by chance?
No. Recently he put he talks with a little bit of a speech impediment.
Uh-huh.
I had me new dough put in there with a buck. Wait, try to get her breed. She not breed. I take her out finally after 2 weeks. It was a buck. It was a buck. It was a buck.
I can't remember where it was, but I heard a very similar story to this about pandas. I think it was. It was either some kind of rare animal in the wild, and they were trying to get them to mate in this zoo. And then, like 2 months later, they finally figured out, oh, they're both dudes.
Yeah, they're not fucking fanny bandits.
Yeah.
But anyway, Charles and these rabbits. So he raises these rabbits up from babies. Gives them milk and food, and makes sure they're happy. And if one of them gets out, they won't go back in the cage, but they'll stay right there. They'll stay right around the barn.
Yeah. Well, that's all they know.
That's all I know. That's where they live. That's it. And then one day, when he's hungry, Charles will just walk into that barn, reach into a fat rabbit's pen, grab it by the ears, take it outside, lay it on the tailgate of his truck, and just hit it in the head with a hammer.
Yep.
And commence skinning it out.
Yep.
This is your rabbit, Charles. You named this thing.
Yeah.
That's fucking sprinkles, Charles.
No, that's food. That's what we call dinner in the South.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from the South. I live here.
Well, yeah.
And that was fucking barbaric. It's like eating your dog.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, it's a rabbit.
Right. But dude, rabbits have personality.
I guess. I haven't really been around rabbits very often, but I have to.
When you walk through that fucking rabbit horseshoe enough times, yeah, they're a lot closer to the animals that we consider pets than we think. All animals are, kind of.
Well, I bet you never really realize this, but cows are basically giant dogs.
Yeah, they're so happy.
We had cows. Well, my papaw had cows when I was growing up. And you'd go out there, they'd be running around just like your dog would, playing with each other and stuff. You ate a fucking hamburger for dinner tonight.
You're right. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to eat rabbits. Just the way he ate his rabbit was a little disturbing,
well,
I would say.
I don't really see a big issue with it because I'll be honest with you, I want some rabbits for that very same reason.
All right, Kevin. Say you're hungry and you want a burger.
Uh-huh.
Right? In the yard is a cow that you raised from a calf. I'm talking about you hand-fed it.
Uh-huh.
You raised it. It knows you well. It knows your name. You know its name. Like fucking, it comes when you call it. It's excited when it sees you. Fucking, but you really want a hamburger, Kevin.
Okay, I don't know if this says more about me or you, but I have had this happen. My papaw had this one particular cow. He had her the longest. She was an old heifer. And her name was Big Mama.
Mm-hmm.
The big old cow. Biggest cow I had ever seen. And you'd go up to the fence and you'd call her over there. She'd come to you, lick your hand and all that stuff. You give her a sugar cube. And then when she got towards the end of her life, you know what happened to her?
She became burgers.
She became steaks. And burgers and roasts.
Well,
and
towards
all
the
kinds
end
of
her life, that's different. She's gonna die.
But I mean, we did the same thing with the other ones too. He would load them all up into a cattle trailer.
I just don't know.
We'd take them down to market. He'd sell, if he had 100 of them, he'd sell 99 of them. One of them would be back at the house. He'd call the butcher up. He'd come out there with a 22, shoot it in the head. Put Put it down very quickly. I would say
A
humanely.
cow with a 22?
You put it right there in the middle of their forehead and pull the trigger.
22.
Yep. I think it was a 22 Magnum. I don't know. When this happened, I was like 10. I didn't really know guns like that.
It just seems like.
But it was, a 22 caliber rifle. Put it to its temple, shot the thing, and then he proceeded to butcher it up, and we had steaks for dinner that night.
It's crazy. Just like something smaller than a fucking sweet pea.
Mm-hmm.
And just end that giant animal's life.
Well, to be fair, the thing's brain is only about as big as a dip can.
That's fair. Okay, so like, I get what you're saying. It's not as barbaric as it seems, but there's just something
in modern day society. It seems very barbaric, but when you really think about,
we need the protein and stuff.
Yeah, if you think about human history, okay, we have always had to kill to eat. Right. In some form or fashion. With the Native Americans, they were hunting deer and elk and bear and all kinds of stuff.
Is making friends with it first.
Yeah.
And then you being able to go through with it.
Yeah, well, you have to compartmentalize. But
I don't think if I made friends with an animal that I could then unless it died naturally.
Now, I say all these things, but I still, okay, I think the reason I have this attitude towards it is because I like to hunt. I've hunted since I was little, and it's never easy taking a life, even if it is a deer or a rabbit or a cow.
It'd be super easy if, it was a stranger.
Not necessarily. Okay, I'll give you this example. So, when I was 12, maybe, I want to say. Mm-hmm. At my parents' house, I had this BB gun, the little break action. You break the barrel over, you put a pellet in there, you close it back up, and it was BB gun, chip pellet gun, whatever.
Right.
And I usually just shot targets, but this particular day, I was just kind of sitting in the backyard, and I shot a dove. And some people might be thinking, "Oh my God, he shot a dove! It's the sign of peace." They're delicious.
Dove season's a thing.
Yes, it is. It's the most killed game animal in North America.
I don't really have a lot of remorse for birds.
Well, but I'm getting to the point of the story here. So, I did that. I had gone dove hunting before with my dad and my brother and my cousins. I've been hunting before. I've seen things get killed. But that was like the first thing I had actually killed, because it was personal. I felt bad about it. I still ate the bastard, though.
Yeah. Oh, I think you always feel bad about that first thing.
Yeah.
I think. How old were you when you did that?
Probably about 12, give or take a year or two.
By the time I was 12, I had beaten a possum to death with a shovel.
That is so much worse.
I'm talking about
holy shit.
Short part down.
You know what? I'm starting to learn a lot of things about you on this podcast, Eads.
I grew up in Kentucky, Wolfman, and my upbringing was a little tough.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't the possum had to die. Okay, it was attacking chickens and Charles's fucking rabbits.
Yeah, that is the kind of thing you live out in the country. Things start eating your food.
Yeah, we had to kill the possum.
Yeah,
he was gonna keep coming back. He was gonna keep getting into the fucking rabbit pen and the chicken pen and all that shit. And we caught him in a live trap. And for some reason, the gun wasn't anywhere nearby. And I had a shovel, and I was like, "Fuck, I'll just deal with it, so I ain't got to drive up the road."
Yeah.
And I opened the cage, and he fucking shot out, and I was like, "Oh, fuck!" And I wounded him so he couldn't go anywhere. And I just had to beat him to death with the shovel. My buddy Brad Bell was there watching, and I'm talking about blood was splattering. It was just like the movies.
Wow.
After every lick, just more and more blood splatters.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
That's a real thing. Yeah. There's a whole science and criminology and stuff on blood splatter.
Yeah. It was awful. And then when I got done, Brad was like, "Dude, that was fucked up."
Yeah. Yes, Brad. Thank you, Captain. Point out the
it
fucking
was.
obvious a
And
lot.
meanwhile, I'm exhausted from just fucking removing this thing's brain from its skull
Yeah.
in tiny little pieces.
Wow. That is pretty fucking gruesome, not gonna lie.
It was rough. But I didn't really feel bad for it. Like, I felt bad while I was doing it because I knew it wasn't dead yet.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking, you gotta die faster, man.
Yeah.
Fucking, I hit it so hard. But I saw it as an enemy, you know?
Yeah. Well, it was. It was kind of eating your livelihood, so to speak.
Like, I think that may have been the point in my childhood where I realized, okay, I'm a human child. This is a full-grown adult possum, and I am greater than it.
Yeah.
We are absolutely on the top of the food chain.
In certain situations, we are.
Yeah.
You ever think about, like, if human beings were to be reinserted back into the food chain, though?
Yeah.
Like, take, for example, there's a place called Kodiak Island in Alaska. Grows the biggest brown bear in the world. These are huge bears. They're like 1,500 pounds, upwards of 12 feet tall when they stand on their back legs. Giant monsters. Like, literally, when you read old fairy tales and stuff and they talk about a monster in the woods, that is literally what the fuck they're talking about. These things will rip you from tit to taint with a swipe of their paw. Yeah. If you had to deal with that on your morning commute, we wouldn't be talking so much shit.
So I thought this question is probably going to be absolutely ridiculous. But when I was in good shape is when I came up with the question. So this is an old one. I just never got to ask anybody because I quit hanging out with people like around the time. Yeah. I had a lot of time to myself is why I thought about this.
Well, now is the perfect time to ask the question.
Right. Okay, so now you're going to look at me like I'm stupid because the answer is obvious. Right?
Okay. Is this the conundrum of how do you outrun a bear?
No.
Okay.
All right, so first of all, tell me, what is your normal load for the day? What is your cargo load? What's in your pockets?
My phone, my wallet. I have a stamp for work. Mm-hmm. Usually some kind of pocket knife. Like I have a little, case knives. Mm-hmm. I have a little bitty one that's probably like 2.5, 3 inches.
Right.
In total length. Yeah, that's some change. Usually.
You wear a belt?
Yes.
Okay.
I wear pants usually. If I'm going to work, I have on steel-toed boots and a T-shirt of some kind.
Okay. That guy.
Uh-huh.
Pants, T-shirt, steel-toe boots, belt, case knife, random assortments. You fall in a tiger enclosure.
I'm fucked.
No, wait. It's a single tiger.
Okay.
Right? You're at the peak of your health.
Uh-huh.
Okay? You're in as good a shape as you've ever been.
Okay.
Right? Tiger starts slowly walking towards you. Now, I'm not asking if you could kill the tiger. I'm asking if you could thwart the tiger.
So when you say thwart, do you mean like get away?
Survive the encounter.
I'm going to have to know about the enclosure.
It's too big for you to see exactly how far it goes. It's high enough that a tiger can't jump and get out.
Tiger can jump pretty high.
But the tiger has been in here. And the only thing that happened, the tiger didn't escape. You intruded.
No, that's what I'm saying. I fell into it. The tiger cannot jump out, which means my ass cannot jump out.
You ain't jumping nowhere.
Yeah.
And you white.
This is very true. I have like a 6-inch vertical leap. I don't know.
I barely get off the ground anymore.
After I got done shitting my pants, no, I'm probably dying.
Okay.
Honestly, because I don't carry a gun or anything like that, so I can't shoot it.
My thoughts was, I thought about this when I was like 23, 24.
Uh-huh.
Peak of health. Super fast, super strong. And I was like, well, if it's me and a tiger and the biggest death machine on the planet.
Arguably so, yes.
Yeah. Like, it's bigger than any other cat. They're different. So So my plan was to fucking first take my belt off and have a leather belt whip in my left hand, and and you pull out your pocket knife. You got a claw. You got a claw and a tail. That's what you got. Those are your weapons.
That's not a whole lot.
It's not a whole lot, but you're way smarter than that tiger.
But
you're gonna have to use tactics.
You are basically, how do I put this? You're staring down an A-10 Warthog. Do you know what an A-10 Warthog is?
Is that like a tank?
No, it's an airplane.
Oh.
It's arguably one of the most badass air-to-surface attack planes in the fucking world.
And
these things are so fucking strong that there's a university, I think it was in Miami or something like that. They bought one demilitarized, like without the big ass gun on it, so they could fly it into hurricanes.
Jesus.
Yeah. And you're staring down the Animal Kingdom version of that.
And you're in like a fucking B450 Mustang.
Yeah, a B-52.
B-50.
Or no.
B-52?
B-52 is the bomber. P-51 Mustang.
P-51 Mustang.
Yeah, that's the OG fighter airplane. Those things are pretty cool.
I only know anything about that whatsoever because I played fucking Civ 6. If you play as Teddy Roosevelt, you get the P-51.
See, I'm a giant airplane nerd. So.
If you make it to like the level of civilization where you have access to planes first, and you've got Mustangs, you won the game.
Yeah, well, they were the superior fighting aircraft during World War II. Like the Japanese Zero and I can't remember what the Germans had, but the P-51 was lighter, it was faster, it had better guns, it was just all around more gooder. Yep. The Japanese, the only reason they had air superiority during like Pearl Harbor is because they literally just surprised everybody. They didn't know they were coming.
Surprise, we got you.
And then they suicide bombed themselves. They would literally just they would fly their plane. They would release the torpedoes and stuff, and then they would just go crash the plane into whatever ship was closest.
Yeah, there's a serious level of surprise involved with that. You are not expecting a guy to kill himself. No. That was a completely unheard of tactic in, at that time, modern warfare. But effective.
Very effective. It basically took out the entire Western fleet.
Yep.
But we had enough to come back and kick their asses.
Tiger.
Yeah. Back on topic.
Fucking. So, like, you're fighting a tiger, you got a belt and a fucking pocket knife. That's all you got.
Yep.
As you. Fucking. What are you even going to do?
I mean, okay. Because this is all technically in hindsight because we're sitting here, Monday morning armchair coaching this.
Right.
In theory, you could potentially crack your belt like a whip. Possibly scare the thing off, just make a bunch of noise.
That would be my first guess. Is like, do the thing where you fold it in two and pop it real hard.
Yeah.
It's a leather belt. It's going to fucking make a noise.
Because this is what they tell you to do, like if a bear attacks you out in the woods and say you get in between a sow, which is a female bear, and her cubs.
Yeah.
You're basically just supposed to make as much noise as you fucking can. Make yourself as big as you can and try and be intimidating until she fucking charges your ass, and then you need to hold your ground or curl up into a ball and protect your vitals.
Dude, if a giant bear charged my ass, I'm not sure if I can hold my ground. I don't think I can even hold my bowels.
For the love of God, just don't run.
Yeah.
Because that 1,500-pound brown bear can run at like 30 miles an hour.
So I guess
you're not outrunning it.
So just you stand your ground, and if it comes in, you just fight the good fight and die.
Basically.
Yeah.
So I know you're not really into the outdoorsy stuff.
Well, I mean, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, like watching like hunting shows or anything like that.
No.
Okay. So if I could recommend any, because most of them are kind of shitty. It's just all like bloodlust is the only way I can really describe it. Like a lot of the ones from the 90s that your dad had on VHS, you know, they were all just like 30-second clips of a dude sitting in a tree stand, and then a giant buck walks out and he shoots it, and that's the whole thing. But the one that really resonated with me and kind of kept me coming back was a show called Meat Eater.
I actually watched that with fucking
Steven Ranella.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Micah showed me Meat Eater.
Micah showed it to you?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a great show. But they actually get charged by a grizzly bear at one point in time. It was Steven Ranella and a guy named Ryan Callahan. There it was. And they're hunting moose up in either Canada or Alaska. I can't remember which one. And this bear charges them. Like, full-fledged charges them. And both of them pop off a couple shots going, hey, bear, you know, trying to just let them know that they're there. And the thing bluff charges them, which means it kind of comes in and like maybe 10 feet before it's about to completely pulverize them, it just turns around. This is the craziest thing. And I'm sitting there watching this thing on the seat of my pants, knowing full and well they filmed this like 9 years ago and are still very much alive.
So you know they live.
I know they lived, but I'm still just like, oh my God, they're going to get eaten.
Did you see that the Grizzly Man?
Yes, I did. Oh my, that is the best comedy I've ever watched.
Wait, no.
It's not a comedy, but I look at it as one.
Oh yeah, so he's the crazy guy that went out there to be with the bear.
And then at the end of it, he got eaten.
Yeah.
I like to think that at some point in time, his dad told him that he wasn't ever going to amount to shit, and then as he's being digested by that bear, he's going, "Look at me now, Daddy. Tomorrow, I will be a steaming pile of bear shit."
I think what was the most fucked up part is, you know, his equipment was rolling. He's got audio. There's audio recording of him being devoured by a bear.
Yeah. So Warner Herzog, who was the guy that actually put the documentary together,
he set his wife down, didn't he?
Like the guy's girlfriend,
and let her listen to it.
Like the one that didn't get eaten as well. He let her listen to it, and they're like, "You can't use this. This is too gruesome."
Yeah, they're like, "I think we should destroy it."
Yeah, and so there's a semi-conspiracy theory stating that it's still out there somewhere.
I doubt it.
But I kind of think they probably got rid of it.
Yeah, it looked pretty well controlled.
Yeah, I mean, you think about Warner Herzog. He's a very prodigious, documentarian and a filmmaker and stuff. He's not just going to leave something like that laying around, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think he made any copies.
No, I imagine not.
I think he specifically said he didn't make any copies.
Yeah.
Just to make it hang heavier in that scene.
Yeah. I mean, and really and truly, like, I don't blame him. I think it's probably for the best that he got rid of it. Because, like, that's kind of fucked up. As funny as it is that, like, he did all this and still got fucking eaten by the bears that he thought loved him.
I think it might have been useful to perhaps scientifically a little bit.
Not really. Like, it's the guy's getting eaten. There's not much science. He's not sitting there screaming out like, his third bicuspid has pierced my arteries.
Right, but like that's fair. I guess it would just be like
it's unintelligible screams.
Yeah, and you can't see, so you don't know what he did.
Yeah.
So there's not really a lot of information there. It's just a horror show.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right.
It's kind of gruesome.
Yeah. You wanna go to break?
Yeah, we can go for a break real quick.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Right back.
Okay, welcome back. So, during the break, while Wolfman was taking a Wolfman piss,
indeed,
I thought about something.
What'd you think about?
We're using OBS to record this. I was wondering how difficult it would be to just go ahead and put our fucking opening theme into this and then us just talk over it as it's fading out instead of doing it in post.
Okay.
But it reminded me of... So you watch Your Mom's House?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched the videos?
Every now and then.
You ever watch just from the very start of the podcast?
Yeah.
It's just
Some of the most crazy off the wall shit you can find on the internet. Yeah.
But the first minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes of the podcast is Tom Segura and what's her name? Chrissy P?
Christina Pajitsky.
Yeah, Christina Pajitsky, Chrissy P. And whoever their guest is, and they just have to sit there and awkwardly listen to their 2 fucking minute intro song. You know what I mean?
They for real just sit there and listen to it?
They just sit there quietly around the table looking at each other awkwardly while they listen to this fucking song that goes on way too long. It's the same beat over and over. It's clips from the show. It's super cringy.
That is kind of cringy.
And Segura is just like, he's just like this, just smiling and nodding.
That's such a dad thing to do. Like,
Just
somebody wait through whatever you got going on to get to the show, basically.
Yeah, and like it immediately made me want to look at my phone. You know?
Yeah.
Like and they're just having to look at each other. Like phones are out of the way. They're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
So like the guest is just like,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Fucking
Can we talk
Joe
now?
Rogan, Theo Vaughn, they looked awkward as fuck.
Yeah.
Just like, right.
Dude, so I was listening to one of Theo Vaughn's podcast today,
Mm-hmm.
and he had this girl on, and now I can't remember her name. She's a country singer. She's the one that blew up on TikTok because of her voluptuous curves, I'll say.
They're because of her tits.
No, but that's because of her ass.
Oh. A country singer with an ass?
A bodacious badonkadonk.
Yeah, okay.
It's,
I mean, I can't say anything. I would marry Carrie Underwood's like left pinky toe.
Carrie Underwood doesn't really do anything for me.
It's her voice, man.
She's got a pretty good voice.
Her voice is so hot. There's this backup singer for oh god damn it. Who's that country dude who went a little rock and roll?
Josephus?
No. He's really, really mainstream. He had released an album in like 2013 called That's Rock and Roll or That's Damn Rock and Roll.
I have no idea.
Fuck. Go ahead. Continue your story. I'm going to find it. But he's got a backup singer and her voice is sexy as fuck.
Yeah. I mean, that was basically it. They were just talking. She was a pretty interesting guest to have on. But my God, that badonkadonk.
Eric Church.
He sings a song. I'm not very big into country, but this song came out at kind of a pivotal point in my lifetime. And I think it's called Springsteen. And it's basically telling a story about this dude who had a girlfriend and stuff, and they were going real heavy, and then they broke off. And every time he hears this particular song from Bruce Springsteen, he thinks about her, and he thinks about his old Jeep. And,
Springsteen.
Yeah. And, something about July Saturday nights. And it takes me back to a time in my life where that was basically me, And that is one thing I kind of like about some country music. Like, I don't like a lot of the stuff they play on the radio because it's so corporatized,
Yeah, it's just
But
basically
every
pop.
now and then you find something that kind of resonates with you,
There's some really nostalgic 90s country.
Oh, yeah.
Like, probably a song that I will always get excited when it comes on. It's a Tim McGraw song.
Uh-huh.
Something like that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It was Labor Day week and I was 17.
Something had
Bought a Coke and a gasoline. Yeah.
Went down to the county fair. Yeah, I used to love that song.
Yeah.
There was another one by a band called Lone Star, Mr. Mom.
Yeah. It's
That
only
one-
Monday, Mr. Mom.
Yeah. And then anything Alan Jackson ever did, reminds me of my childhood.
And Old Red.
Oh yeah, what's
That
his name?
is-
Blake Shelton.
Yeah, probably one of the best, quote unquote, modern country songs.
Yeah, but
Right.
even that one came out in like what 96, 97, something like that.
Yeah, God, it's so good though.
Yeah, 90s country really had something going for it, man.
Yeah, it probably. I think country kind of peaked
Hell,
there,
It
and
did.
then Toby Keith happened, and it all
you
Well,
know,
went off the rails.
pre 9/11, Toby Keith was pretty good. Post 9/11, Toby Keith though, it got so political. I couldn't do it anymore.
I think was Beer for My Horses.
Okay, I guess that's the one exception, because that came out right around the same time.
As
Red, White, and Blue, I think, was the name of
Yeah.
the song came out. It was the one post 9/11 that was super like
but
bald
still,
eagles and American flags.
have you ever thought about the lyrics to Beer for My Horses?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
whiskey from my men and beer from my horses.
And we'll raise up our glasses against evil forces.
Well, that doesn't make. I mean, that makes sense. It's like
Well, who are you fighting?
evil forces
Yeah, but what's the rest of the song about?
drinking.
We're all going to meet back at the local saloon.
Yeah, and have whiskey and beer for our horses.
It's a stupid song.
It is kind of a stupid song, but
It's catchy,
it's very catchy.
but it doesn't mean anything. And that sort of kills country.
Yeah,
Like, country is supposed to mean, you know,
it,
make folks feel how you feel inside.
you had a story with it,
Yeah.
And that's kind of my point with like today's country. It's all about beer and trucks and partying on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And
I like some of, like, the newer love songs. Like, Chris Stapleton is a fucking god. He's a gift.
See, there's always an exception to the rule, and I feel like Chris Stapleton is one. Like, what's that song that he did that's super popular?
You should probably leave.
That one's really good too.
I
But
love
there's
that song.
another one. Something about whiskey, Tennessee whiskey.
That's not his song. That's a
Isn't
cover.
it? I thought that was his song.
I'm pretty sure he covered
I'm pretty
that.
sure that's Chris Stapleton. Well, it's his version that's all over the fucking radio.
Yeah.
I mean, most of these country singers nowadays don't actually write their own stuff. Matter of fact, most popular musicians these days don't
Tennessee
write their own
Whiskey
stuff.
was first recorded by David Allan Coe for his 1981 album of the same name, Tennessee Whiskey.
Yeah.
So it's a David Allan Coe song,
Yeah, but his is the one that's on the radio right now.
and it's the one that's good.
But that's a great song.
Yeah.
Even if it was written by David Allan Coe. I mean, the way Chris Stapleton kind of makes it his own.
I've seen David Allan Coe.
I think I remember you telling that was several years ago.
Yeah, at the Front Porch of the South in Columbus.
Yeah. I saw
It was kind of sad.
yeah. Well, I mean, at that point he was like 97 years old.
Yeah, he was like an hour and a half late.
Yeah.
Fucking-
I saw you ever heard of a band called Jackal? The guy that plays the fucking chainsaw?
Yes.
I saw them there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was them and Blackstone Cherry. You remember
What?
that band?
Blackstone Cherry?
Yeah.
To my
Black-
White Trash Millionaire.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, wait. Fuck. No. Yeah. White Trash Millionaire.
Yeah.
If I ain't
White
got money.
Trash Millionaire.
Yeah, it was them.
Wow.
Yeah. They opened up for Jackal because somehow Jackal is better than them. I would argue to the
Yeah,
opposite
Blackstone
of that.
Cherry is kind of awesome.
But Blackstone Cherry is great.
Yeah. Like they kind of have faded though.
Yeah, I mean they had their debut album was really good, and then they kind of fell off. But that whole like post grunge kind of thing has really fallen off. But you know what aggravates me?
What?
Everybody hates on Nickelback, but everybody knows Nickelback songs.
I never hated on Nickel. Oh, I mean,
I never did either, but everybody else does. It's like that and Guy Fieri for some reason.
we all
everybody
fucking listened to Nickelback, bro.
Yeah,
Like, because they had a song for everyone. That was specifically their thing. Like, I could probably any Nickelback song that you played that was from, we'll say, 2012 and back. The Burn It to the Ground album and before.
Burn It to the Ground, and then Dark Horse.
Dark Horse had Burn It to the Ground on it.
I think Dark Horse was the name of the album.
Yeah. And it. Oh yeah, and Dark Horse. So Burn It to the Ground was on Dark Horse.
Yes.
Okay, we agree.
Yeah.
I was saying it weird, but
But I remember you and I went to what was it, Barnes and Nobles, and bought that album.
wow. Yeah, and it was really good.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they had Burn It to the Ground, Animals.
Animal was on an earlier album.
Was it?
It was on the album Animal.
Oh. Riri moment. But yeah, they had a lot of good songs, man.
Yeah, and that was a really original song, Animals.
Yeah.
It's so fucking fast paced.
Yeah.
And it's such a hard song to sing. He's a really talented singer.
He is.
Like, you have to breathe in exactly the right places or you can't sing that song.
Yeah.
You got to know where they are. You have to sing it so many times that you know exactly where to breathe.
You know what's kind of funny, too? Like, the bass parts are actually kind of hard. Yeah. That song Animals too, I learned how to play it, and it was one of the reasons why I wanted to get a 5-string, because it usually utilizes the low B string.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking people that hate on Nickelback, they just don't want it. They're either from an era before the new age music, and they already were putting their nose up at it like the way that I sort of put my nose up at new rock, unfortunately.
Some of it, yeah. Some of it's really good, though. Like,
some of it's really, really good, but a lot of it just seems like it's trying to saturate a market.
Yeah. You know what band I think almost could have been us?
Who?
The Glorious Sons.
Yes, I fucking love the Glorious Sons.
I do too. The singer they have, like, he even kind of looks like you.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah, like
he's like a blonde version of you.
Yeah.
Like
I was
that.
blonde for a while there.
Yeah, you were.
Where I had that blonde streak.
Yeah.
I did the streak thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people did that.
Yeah.
I didn't think a lot of people
Not
did that.
a lot of dudes did that.
Aaron Hansen did it.
Who the hell is that?
Game Grumps.
Who?
You know what Game Grumps is?
No.
It's a great show on YouTube.
Oh.
Anyway, they're like my favorite. They're a Let's Play. They're one of the first Let's Plays.
No, okay.
They're hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you laugh after this podcast.
Okay.
I'll turn them on.
Yeah. Since we're talking about music, I've been thinking about picking up like a different instrument here recently. Because like, you know, I played bass for fucking ever, and then I play guitar shitty. I play good enough to make people think that I know what I'm doing.
That's me.
Yeah. But so I was sitting down today and I scrolled across this video on YouTube. There's this guy, his name is Matt Hicks. And he plays this song on a banjo in a clawhammer style. You know what clawhammer is? Yeah, so you basically like make a thumbs up with your hand, and then just kind of stick your fingers out a little bit more. Kind of like that.
Gotcha.
And so you use your middle finger and your index finger, and that's what you strike down on the strings with, and then you use the thumb to hit the top of the banjo and do the drone string. So like there's Scruggs style, and which is the 3-finger picking, where your thumb, middle, and index finger are all independent of each other, and then the clawhammer is like what I just described. This guy's playing clawhammer banjo. And the song is called Howl River Ballad.
The who River Ballad?
Howl, H-A-W. And it gave me chill bumps. Like, I haven't gotten chill bumps from music in a long time. But this guy, the way he sang it, the way he's playing, it's so melodic. It's just him. And it's just a very full sounding. He's got this really intricate melody on the banjo. It just sounds really cool, and I was like, man, I want to learn how to do that.
My buddies from work gave me chill bumps with some of their original songs.
Yeah.
It kind of it kind of makes you sad.
Yeah.
Do you ever depress yourself listening to a new artist and just wishing you had kept going?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah,
The Glorious Sons did that to me too.
yeah, because we had some potential. We could have done something.
Yeah,
But,
but
I
we were
mean-
stupid teenagers.
Yeah, but then I immediately remembered where I sort of peaked. Where
Yeah.
like I got to a point where I could have definitely gotten somewhere. I was getting invites to play all kind of stuff. Every year in Selma
Uh-huh.
at the fair, they do a sing off. And yeah, it's the Dallas County sing off or the Selma County sing off, whatever. And one of the really popular new country stations out there hosts it,
Yeah.
right? And so everybody's kind of expecting country music.
So you were playing for a country crowd.
Well, that's all I was playing for while I was out there
Well,
because
yeah, that's fair.
there's not really a lot of rock places.
No, there's not a lot of places.
Yeah, that's a good point. But like, so yeah, I'm in my fucking good shape era. I'm like 160 pounds, whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking all rocked the fuck out. I got this fucking like,
Were you rocking the fedora?
It was like a boot camp hat, sort of. It was like a military cap.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, with the round-
I remember that one.
Yeah, and
This man wore a fedora, unironically, for years.
yeah, but like the fedoras were cool at the time.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were. You know how many girls I got just because I wore the fedora? And like everybody's saying, fedoras are only for guys who had no idea how to talk to women. I put my penis in many women while wearing that fedora, bitch. Like, I'm not sure where this hate for the fedora. Hate for the fedora is the same as hate for the fucking Nickelback thing. It is the same thing.
Look, there's an exception for every rule, but in 99% of the cases, fedoras are not cool.
I mean, I have to disagree. I think it's a cool looking hat. Like, I wouldn't wear it today. It doesn't fit anymore. Like, it's out of style again. But it was, I like the way that it looks. I like the way that it looks the same way. I like the way, like, one of those old mics looks.
Yeah,
Like
the old timey, like almost tin can mic.
yeah, I like the look of a fedora. I'm not gonna sit here and have you blaspheme. I like the way it looks. I'm not gonna just hop on the bandwagon and say, yeah, fedoras are stupid. Everybody wore a fedora is stupid.
You know,
It's not true.
you know what's probably the dumbest thing though?
Hmm.
They'll come back.
Yeah, well, fucking mullets are back, Kevin.
Yeah, that kind of annoys me.
Yeah, isn't that fucking weird?
Yeah,
I thought about getting one.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Fucking business in the front, party in the back.
yeah.
Get it down.
I can't get away with it. The back of my hair doesn't grow fast enough.
I sort of like the way I wear my hat. I just sort of get this out of the way and tuck this back. So it kind of looks like I have a mullet already when I'm wearing my hat because it's all coming out the back.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I just did it. Because when I was working at the sawmill, you kind of need your hair out of the way, but I also didn't want to cut my hair.
Yeah.
So I just sort of pushed it all back and it all came out the back of my hat. And that's just how I worked.
Yeah.
Mullets are probably more for function than form.
Well, it was kind of a dual purpose kind of thing, because if you think about the demographic that was getting mullets when they were at their height of popularity, you think of some guy in a Z28 T-top, like somewhere around a circa 1989.
Yeah.
He bought it on credit, and he was the coolest guy in the trailer park.
Yeah.
That guy had a blue-collar job, probably a mechanic or working concrete or working at a sawmill, whatever. He needed his hair out of the way. It just be that way.
Yeah. Fucking. What were we on before we got on this?
We were talking about music for the longest time there.
Oh, yeah. The Selma thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was all rockered out.
Yeah.
160 pounds. I got my fucking military cap on. I had some blue jeans on that were like 38s. I was down to like a 30.
Yeah, so you had that belt ratcheted all the way down.
I just fucking forced it all to the front. It kind of worked out because it looked like I had a giant schlong. It's like, well, this is gonna help a little bit. Fucking had a.
It's the poor version of stuffing your shorts.
You just fucking make a big old cavity there.
Yeah.
I had a rocker t-shirt and fucking a little bit of bling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was there with these folks that I had been gigging with around a little bit. They did country music, like almost exclusively.
Yeah. So you had a full backing band.
But no, they weren't with me. Hey, like we all entered individually because it was an individual-based
Oh, okay.
contest.
I got you.
And yeah, I actually ended up inspiring a little bit of salt. Okay, so
Do you care to explain that one?
It was me and my buddy Will and his sister Audra
Uh-huh.
that all three of us and Audra's boyfriend, we would jam at like the creek and at parties and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that we were basically walking hangout entertainment. We played for beer.
Yeah.
much.
You were doing the singer-songwriter kind of busking type thing.
Right. And it was working out. Yeah, you know, fucking we were hanging, but it was, you know, it was a little strained.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about that relationship a little bit.
Yeah, it was a little rough. But anywho, yeah, Audra and Will went on before me
Yeah.
and, you know, got good results. But I was supposed to go on right after Will, and it was a karaoke contest.
So you weren't singing your own songs, you were singing somebody else's songs.
Yeah, it's a cover. But I didn't have a CD with the backing. So my song, I was going to do TNT. I was going to do fucking AC/DC, TNT.
That's a hell of a karaoke.
Yeah, well, when you're me, it's not all that difficult.
Yeah.
But fucking, that sounded really shitty. But anyway, fucking Bon Scott's voice is not all that hard for me. It's really
Yeah.
a lot like
Well,
talking.
I mean, with certain singers can do certain other singers. You know, there's a key, like a musical key with your voice. Like if you can sing in the same register as them,
I
it's
can
usually
knock
not that bad.
anything Bon Scott did out of the fucking park, with the exception of some of the high notes in Highway to Hell.
Yeah, Bon Scott was something else, man. That dude could hit some high notes.
He's an absolute champion.
Yeah.
But so I was supposed to go on after Will, and during Will's performance, I feel like I fucked him up a little bit. I was tripping over fucking chairs in the back trying to get to the judges, and I was just going to give them my laptop and like, here's the track. Just plug this in to the PA.
Yeah. They couldn't, like, they're doing a karaoke contest. They couldn't just pull it up.
Mm-mm. Everybody had to provide their own music.
Oh.
And I showed up, my laptop, the mouse was broken. The fucking,
The little mouse pad.
yeah, the mouse pad ceased functioning
Uh-huh.
from my house to there.
Oh, that's shitty.
Like, well, I was talking to the guy. He was trying to get it set up for me, and he couldn't move it, the cursor.
Where were you getting this track from? Was it on, like, YouTube, or had you downloaded it?
I had ripped it from YouTube.
Okay.
Or I think I'd actually ripped it from a torrent thing. Like this was, I hadn't downloaded any music for quite some time, so I was still like FrostWire.
LimeWire.
No, FrostWire.
Oh, I don't even know what that. See, my last.
LimeWire was, what you would give your computer aids.
Yeah, that was my last foray into downloading music on the internet.
FrostWire was what survived LimeWire.
Does it still work?
I wouldn't try it. There's so many easier ways to get that.
Oh.
Like I have if I need an MP3 track, like for D&D games or something,
Yeah.
I'll just find it on YouTube, click the share link, and go to one of the many, YouTube video to audio file converters there are. I have one called Media Human on my computer right now. It kicks ass.
Okay.
Instant.
See, that's how far out of the loop I am on that kind of thing. I had no idea that existed.
Oh yeah, I'll show you. But fucking yeah. So I'm looking at the guy, and I can't make my laptop respond to me. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm fucked. He's like, yeah. I was like, well, tried, and I close the laptop and walk away. And they call me up to the stage, and the dude is like, "Oh, sorry, it looks like he had Justin Eads had a technical difficulty. He's not going to be able to make it. So next." And Jochen just moved right along, and several people that I came with were like, "What?" And Will's mom went and talked to him and was like, "He can do it a cappella. He doesn't need it. That he can do it a cappella."
You done fucked up, AA, Ron.
And the lady who was organizing the event came up to me and was like, her over there, she said you could just do it a cappella. Like, we're okay with that if you're okay with that, if you just want to go on. I was like, fuck it, yeah, let's do it. I'll do it a cappella.
So you just went up there, sans music,
microphone in hand, and sang fucking TNT in front of like 100 people.
That would either be the most epic or most awkward thing I think I would have ever witnessed.
Probably the most epic moment of my life.
That's pretty cool.
People were clapping to give me rhythm, and dude, I nailed it. I knocked that motherfucker out of the park. I sang the doors off of TNT. I killed it, and it felt really, really good.
Yeah.
But I was fucking covered in confidence. At that point, I had already established. I'd already gotten my validation. I knew I was good.
Yeah.
So I didn't experience any jitters going up there. Like, it was just weird because I have jitters right now thinking about it.
Yeah. That's kind of weird how that happens.
Yeah, but like at the time, I didn't, because I was chasing a girl around who was out of my league.
Oh yeah.
And so like that was the main source of my anxiety. On stage was nothing. Whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
I will never see these people again.
Yeah. Well, when you walk through fire, the heat of the day doesn't really mean much to you.
Is that a lyric?
No, I just literally ripped that off my dome piece.
Right. Hang on. Goddamn, motherfucker. Talking about. Hang on. Goddamn it. Yeah. I should probably not record this. Say stuff.
But yeah, I don't know. That's pretty cool though. So how did you end up winning or?
All right, so hang on, let me finish writing this.
Okay.
The heat of the day doesn't. We're never gonna use this.
Probably not.
I'm gonna find this in.
It'd be a really cool song lyric though.
I'm gonna be flipping through these books years from now. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it almost kind of sounds like an old Fall Out Boy title track. You know what I mean?
When you walk through fire, and it's dead, doesn't really bother you. Anyway.
You know what? Now that you have done that terribly, it kind of reminds me of what's the guy that did Crash Into You? Dave Matthews.
Yeah.
Remember Dave Matthews?
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like something that guy would sing.
He gets a lot of hate.
I like Dave Matthews.
His band is kind of fucking legendary.
I didn't really care for his lyrics and a lot of things, but the musicality of that band is something serious.
Real serious. They're masterclass musicians, all of them.
Yeah. There was really, it was a 20-piece band.
Yeah. You can't refute their fucking prestige.
Yeah. They were really good.
They were epic. But so the fucking TNT thing. Everybody else goes on, does their thing. They call up. We're all the contestants are standing on stage, and he calls out like, I think 8 people were gonna make it to the last round. And so the first round you only got to sing 2 minutes of a song, and the last round you get to sing a whole song.
Really?
Yeah.
So was it a different song though? Or did you...
You sing a different song, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you need 2 songs prepared. One to get you to the second round and one to sing in the second round.
Yeah.
I was going to do TNT and fucking...
Highway to Hell?
No, I was going to do fucking Bon Jovi, Wanted.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And with my own guitar accompaniment.
There you go.
Yeah. And so we're standing around.
Just panties and bras thrown on stage.
Yeah. And I kind of fucked Will up, I think. Like, Will was singing Here for a Good Time.
I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
Ain't here for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so he did that song, and I guess it just didn't
resonate.
But while he was singing, I was stepping over chairs in the back, trying to take my laptop to the guy, and people's heads were turning around. So I think I pulled some of the attention off of him by accident. So sorry, Will, if you're listening to this. I'm real sorry.
Yeah.
But
well, shit happens.
anyway, when they were calling up the last people for the second round, all right, they were just listing off names, and my name was the last one they called. I was like, oh, shit. And they said, all right, well, everyone who, if your name wasn't called, please exit the stage. And Will stepped up and walked away. You know, that's my bro. You know, we were coworkers at the sawmill. We've been jamming and shit.
Yeah.
Walked right the fuck past me. Didn't even look at me. Fucking angry face.
He might have been a little mad.
He was salty. He was a little salty there.
Yeah.
I don't think it was because of the chair thing. I think he was just mad.
Yeah. So was there like a prize money for this thing, or?
Yeah, there was prize money.
How much was it?
I don't remember. It was like $250, $500, $1,000.
Okay.
First, second, third prize.
Not bad.
Something like that. And so I made it to the second round. Super stoked about that.
Yeah.
And everybody else does their thing. There's lots of different people singing. And I get up there with my guitar and I play what little bit of Wanted I can pull off. I can't do the intro.
So you just went up there and winged it?
I fucking winged it.
What the fuck?
So like I started the song, I just skipped the whole intro and I was like bum 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 bum. I got through. Believe it or not, the way that I DM the seat of my pants shit that comes up, it's a lot of how my life goes. Just wing it sometime.
You didn't like maybe want to practice it, get the whole song down or anything like that?
Well, I couldn't think of a song that was better to follow TNT than that one that I had in my repertoire.
Yeah.
And I needed TNT to get me to the last round because I know how impressive it sounds. You know, it does sound impressive. But, you know, that's just because nobody sings in that register anymore.
Yeah, not really. Especially not in a predominantly, you know, country music
you go to a country
atmosphere.
Yeah, and you hear a dude fucking literally wailing melodically into a mic. It's going to get your attention a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
It's an impressive feat. I'll give you that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but
toot toot.
Toot toot. Fucking, I do a good Bon Scott.
Yeah.
But Wanted, just of the songs that I knew I could perform, it was the best follower.
Yeah.
And I knew I could sing the fuck out of it. You know, because it's not a hard song to sing. Like, TNT, way up here. Wanted, way down here.
Yeah.
Like, the coolest part of it is in the chorus, and that's just the backup vocals. I did the backup vocals myself. Wanted! That fucking bit.
Yeah.
Fucking, I screamed that shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I completely skipped the intro. I just did the verse and the chorus. I did a couple of choruses. I didn't get that song together until 2 weeks after the contest.
Way to go.
Yeah. But I fucking stumbled because I was just playing acoustic guitar. Right when it got time for the solo to kick in, I actually made a mistake with my picking, and I was just like, bup, bup, bup. That's the end of the song. There's a recording of me somewhere on the internet. And when I get to that point, I just fucking like knock my knees together and like, all right, cool.
Do you remember when Ashley Simpson got caught lip syncing?
Yeah.
And she just kind of shuffled off stage as like the most awkward thing you could ever do.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine kind of happened there.
And as bad as I fumbled that, a lot of people didn't notice. Fucking.
Well, usually people don't notice when you fuck up. That kind of thing.
Yeah, if you close it smooth, they won't notice anything bad's happened.
Yeah, as long as you don't, you know, jibbity jig off the table there.
That dude I tried to take my laptop to plug into the soundboard, he came up to me and he gave me dap. He dapped me the fuck up.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, dude, that was fucking awesome. I sound like John Bon fucking Jovi out there. Blah. And I was like, thanks, man. And he's this really cool dude. It really made me happy that he enjoyed.
Yeah.
Because he was like, he looks like every roadie you've ever seen, just less heroin.
Yeah, I can get it. Yeah. So, okay, so I imagine you did not wind up in winning this.
I got third place.
That's not bad. $250.
I got $250 for acapella TNT and
Half-assed Bon
half-assed
Jovi.
Wanted.
So who beat you out?
There was a guy who did a Randy Travis impression. He got second place.
Oh yeah, well Randy Travis is always gonna.
Boy, that Randy.
Yeah.
And there was a woman who just did soul music. A heavyset black woman.
Oh yeah.
Just fucking
Like
sold
just
the doors off.
Aretha the fuck out of it.
It was an Aretha Franklin song she sang too. And she killed it. She's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I like old Aretha.
Yeah. And after that, Catfish Country was the name of the station. That was
I remember that radio station.
Yeah, they fucking so like after that, like 2 weeks after that, fucking roadie guy calls me. Like he got my number from me at the thing to call me for stuff. And he called me and told me they're doing a crawfish boil for Catfish Country. And they're featuring some local artists and one semi-famous artist, and they wanted me to open for him.
Oh, that's like, cool.
Fucking hey, how long's the gig? It's like, you'll be up there for like 45 minutes. I'm like, fucking awesome. That's amazing. It's going to be on the radio. Oh, yes. I got sick.
Oh, no.
I got sick the day before, and I couldn't sing.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah. I practiced and practiced and practiced and got my set down. It was just me and my guitar. I sprinkled in my fucking originals. I was so ready. And then I couldn't sing.
Yeah.
So I had to, it's like, well, I'm not going to go up there and make a fucking ass out of myself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to burn my fucking shit down the minute it begins.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
So, now that we've established one of your disappointments after a fairly good high there, you want to hear my, I can't believe I'm going to tell this on air. So, you want to hear my most, how do I put this?
Yes, I want to hear it.
It would be my most disappointing musical experience.
Let's go.
All right.
Did the talk box not accept your fart very well?
No, but I have wanted a talk box ever since I heard Frampton comes alive when I was like 14.
You know, they're only like $160.
Yeah.
For a good wall, or for a good talk box. A talk box and a wall, same price.
You know how cool it would be to have a bass solo with a talk box?
Stupid cool.
Stupid fucking cool. Anyway, so I had mentioned to my wife at one point in time that I played cello. I played it for like a month in high school, my freshman year of high school. I started out my musical career playing the double bass, the upright. And I was pretty good at that. And then, after my freshman year, I decided that classical music's not what I want to do. I want to go be a rock star.
Yep.
And then, I actually wound up meeting you not long after that.
And we started
a band together.
Name that band.
Well, first it was Stealing Halloween.
There it is.
Because we stole a pumpkin on Halloween night. And
no, we didn't steal a pumpkin.
Well, it was already kind of dilapidated.
We changed the story to make it sound cooler.
Oh, no, you're right. We saw somebody else steal the pumpkin.
We saw somebody else steal a pumpkin from my neighbors. Isn't that amazing?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you just actually put it in your brain that we stole a pumpkin.
Yeah, you just unlocked like a core memory for me.
I mean, I did the same thing.
Yeah, but then after stealing Halloween, it was Skyline Gray.
Yeah, Skyline Gray was great because that was the color of Jabel's walls.
Yep. So anyway, I kind of quit playing classical music after that, and but my freshman year, I picked up the cello for like 2 months because I was just kind of interested in it, and fuck it, why not? So I told my wife this. So fast forward 10 years. No, actually, okay, that was in 2000. That'd have been like 2007. It's now like 2018. So 11 years fast forward.
Jesus.
And my wife sings in the choir at church when they do like the Christmas cantata, which is like they do a little pageant type thing. They get up on stage and the choir sings, and they do the little reenactment of the baby Jesus in the manger and all that.
Right.
And so my wife tells the choir director that I played cello for whatever fucking reason. And she's like, "Oh, we should have him on so we could like lead into us walking up on stage." So this woman goes out and rents me a cello from Everything Musical
Without saying anything to you?
and she had talked to me, she had talked to my wife, and it was basically, you ever heard the term voluntold?
Yeah.
I was basically voluntold to do this.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I have like a month and a half to do
did
this.
your wife know that you had only played it for a month?
I had told her that, yes, but she thought that somehow she had kind of gotten it in her head that was my sole instrument and was like basically a high school version of Yo-Yo Ma.
Wow.
When in all actuality, I was definitely not.
How long ago was this?
What do you mean? Like when?
How long ago did this occur?
2018.
And she thought cello
No.
was your... Oh, the woman...
Yeah, 2018.
The woman got it in her head that cello was your main instrument.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, how did your wife think that?
Well, because I guess she had kind of told her. I don't know. I wasn't privy to any of these conversations until I was basically staring down the barrel of a cello.
Oh, boy.
You know. And so I had this thing in my house, and I'm like, well, shit, I guess I got to practice. And, like, unlock another core memory and try and relearn how to read sheet music.
Oh, my God.
And so I was supposed to play, I can't remember the song. They were Christmas carols. You know, it was like Away in a Manger, and
That shouldn't have been too hard.
in theory, no. I had not touched one of these in 11 years.
Surely there's a tab format for a cello.
There's no tabs for cellos.
I mean, you turn
I
it on
had
the side and it's a
I
bass
had to
cello.
start from the basics and learn how to reread. I had to relearn how to read sheet music, not tablature, sheet music. Had to teach myself where all the fingerings and stuff were, because there's no frets on a cello.
Yeah.
It is fretless.
Oh, boy.
It is unfretted.
You got to commit that shit to memory.
Yeah, it's muscle memory, because you can't you have to look at the sheet music to know the notes that you're playing. You can't look over at your hand the whole time and try and figure out where you are.
I would have just had to memorize the song.
I tried to do a lot of that, but like I said, only had a month and a half to basically entirely learn an instrument good enough to pass in front of a crowd of like 200 people.
How many songs did you have to play?
I had 2 or 3 that I could do, because I was only supposed to play for like a couple minutes while they walked up on stage. But I'm not even to the bad part yet.
Let's go.
Okay, so I kind of get it figured out. Well, I'll tell you this real quick before I get to the really bad part. So when you play a cello, you play it with what's called a bow, and it's basically horsehair and a piece and a stick, basically, and then you stretch the horsehair on the stick so that you pull it across the strings and it makes a sound.
Right.
To do that, you use a thing called rosin, which is like pine tar, basically, and there's different kinds for different instruments. The one that I got from the store that came with the cello was actually for a violin, which is much smaller strings, and so it doesn't work for a cello. You need something a lot softer and stickier, so it actually sticks to the hair, and so you could get enough friction between the bow and the string to make a noise. I didn't figure that out until basically the last day, so it was a little screechy when I actually was able to play. But so getting to the bad part. Okay, so the first show was not terrible. I got through it.
The first show.
Yeah, there was 2 shows for this. It was on a Sunday evening. because church. And so I got through that one fairly all right. I didn't make too bad of a fool of myself. I think I played Away in the Manger, the second show. I am late getting to the podium, so I'm supposed to be sitting there, and I get a cue to start playing. I was late.
Late showing up?
I was late showing up. I was basically getting there like as I was supposed to be already on the stage and stuff.
Oh boy.
So I unpacked my shit. I run in there, and in my haste, there's like a row of chairs and stuff, a couple rows of chairs set up. And so I just fucking jump over the chairs.
You fall?
No, that would have been less bad.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. You could probably argue one way or the other.
I'm dying with anticipation.
I'm going to tell you this, and then you tell me if it's worse if I would have just fallen. When I jumped over...
You stepped on Jesus' face.
No. When I jump over the chairs, my pants rip. Straight down the butt crack. And this poor woman...
Were you wearing underwear?
Yes, thankfully.
Were they tidy whities?
No, thankfully. They were just regular boxers, you know. But this woman, and bless her soul, later she came up to me and was so nice about it. Okay, this sounds fucked up, but she was in a wheelchair, so she was the only one really sitting over there.
You fucking mooned a woman in a wheelchair?
Yep. I split my pants wide open. She saw everything. And I just kind of run up there, and I get the cue. I start playing, and I fuck up. Like, I had to restart like twice, and then I fucked up so bad. I was just like, all right. They were already walking up, so I was like, all right, fuck this. I'm out. And... I just stopped playing and got off stage.
That is hell.
Yeah, I was literally in hell. That was one of the lowest points I've ever had in my life.
Jesus Christ! I just imagined that.
You want to know what else is kind of sad about this?
What?
I left.
You left the whole church.
I left the whole church. I went and put the cello up. And I left the church, and I went home, and I changed clothes. I put on normal clothes and stuff.
Well, your fucking pants were ripped.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's an excuse in that, but I left. I put normal clothes on. I go back, and because I had, like, my wife and I, we were in one car. I had to go get her.
What kind of pants were you wearing?
I was wearing black slacks,
like dress
pants. Yeah, it's black dress pants, white collared shirt, and a black tie.
And then you were mooning people in God's house, Kevin.
In red underwear.
In God's house, Kevin.
Indeed, I was. I was fucking mortified.
I'm mortified.
Yeah.
I can't believe. God, what a good story.
Yeah. And so after the show and everything, there was like a little like hors d'oeuvre kind of dinner thing. Like, not really dinner, but like just after show hors d'oeuvres, you know. And I'm standing in line with my wife, and the woman comes up. She rolls up, and she touches my arm, and is like, "You did very well." And she was nice about it, you know.
Oh my God.
It made me feel a little bit better, but it also made me feel so much worse.
Because
like at that point, she's admitting to me that I saw everything.
Yeah. You did very well, wink, wink.
Yeah.
Red britches.
Yeah. My face was probably, I don't know.
The color
it was definitely as red as my underwear were, at least.
Fucking Jesus Christ, Kevin.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Oh boy, I don't know if I got anything to rival that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one to follow.
Jesus, that is. Thank you. I needed that story today. You might think whenever life's got you down, folks, just remember
Remember?
You're not Wolfman tripping over chairs at church, ripping his pants open and mooning an old lady in a wheelchair.
Yep.
And then sucking so bad at cello that he leave the church.
Wow, just rub salt in that wound, though, don't you? You know, I opened it up to you.
No, bro, I appreciate it. I appreciate it 100%. Okay. I got a similarly cringe story. It's not nearly as bad as all that.
Yeah. Okay, let's hear it.
But boy. Okay. Damn, that was a good story.
Yeah. Hey, just life's got you down. Just remember Wolfman's red ass.
Yep. Red ass in church. He was
Yep.
the devil. He was coming through.
He was.
Fucking trying to escape out of your ass.
He was out to get me that night.
Fucking. Okay. So I was in this band called Crimson Highway.
Uh-huh.
Right. You've seen the videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
We were great, huh? But
Boy, howdy.
but yeah, it was me and Jeremy and a guy Jeremy knew named Chris, a girl named Elena, and Angrish playing drums. And we had been jamming together for a couple of months. Did a couple of gigs at fucking Dunk's Blue House.
Yeah.
And you know that you can only kind of call that a gig.
Yeah, it's Dunk's is this place. It was literally a house. He called it Dunk's Blue House of Blues.
Yeah, it was just a house he converted into a bar.
It was literally a blue house, and he didn't even do that good of a job at converting it into a bar.
Yeah, I mean it was nice looking, but like everybody came in through the kitchen door.
Yeah,
and
it was still a kitchen.
Yeah, but like
it was a good hang though. You know, for that area.
He had a pool table and a big TV to watch the game.
Yeah,
and a big dining room and an awesome fucking porch.
It did have a good porch.
That porch was fucking tits, bro.
Yeah.
But
I seen some tits on that porch.
I seen some tits on that porch. It was a good porch. But anywho.
Any place you see tits is a good place.
Yeah. Well, Chris had a daughter named Bailey who, I don't know if she just had a habit of like crushing on singers that came to jam with Chris, but she crushed on me. She was like 13 years old.
Ooh.
Like fangirl.
Yeah, that's kind of cringy.
Like, well, I mean, it was sweet and all.
Yeah.
And her mom was sort of like in support of it, which was odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really weird.
Kind of reminds me of like, you remember hearing about how Steven Tyler married a girl that was underage. Like her parents literally had to sign over papers for him to basically adopt her.
Jesus.
Before they got married.
Wow.
Yeah, you never heard that?
No. I heard that Elvis adopted his wife.
I don't know if it happened to Elvis. I know
he adopted his wife at like 13.
I know it happened with, that is super weird.
Yeah.
It happened with Steven Tyler, and then there was a director back in the 60s and 70s. What was his name? I just had it in my head. Woody Allen. Woody Allen married his stepdaughter.
Ew.
Yeah, it's kind of cringy.
Real cringy.
Yeah. She was at least an adult.
Ew. He raised her.
I think like she became his stepdaughter like later in life, like late teenager kind of thing.
Well, I guess that's not so bad, but you done fucked her mom.
Yeah, you keeping it in the family.
What happened to that girl where she was like, "Mama, I want your dick."
And you know, Woody Allen was already like, this was in the late 70s when this happened. Woody Allen was like in his 40s or 50s at this point.
Jesus.
And she was like 20 something.
It was a different time.
It definitely.
But like, okay, so the embarrassing part, Bailey, and not to fucking hate on her or anything. She was a kid, you know?
Yeah, 13, you don't really know what's going on with your brain and your body and everything.
She, it was her birthday was coming up, and they had rented out, you know that bank across from Pickering's Grocery?
Yeah, vaguely.
So like, if you walk out of the store at Pickering's and you look straight across the street, there is a old bank sitting on the corner there.
Yeah.
And they rented that place out for her birthday party.
Wow.
Weird, right?
Yeah, kind of.
I guess they just wanted to invite people and they didn't want people to come to their trailer.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's like it's not a bank anymore. It's just a space.
It looks like a bank, though.
I mean, yeah. I've been to weirder.
Like, you know, I had the drive-through and everything still.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it could have been worse.
Do you
It was a really
remember-
nice location.
Do you remember the core?
I do remember the core.
I went to a kid's birthday there. They rented the whole core out on a Saturday night.
It's awesome. I seen, you know, JP shared a picture of the core the other day.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I commented, hey, it's that place where I used to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, because that was what constituted as being cool.
Yeah.
You had
As
to
long
smoke. You couldn't just smoke cigarettes. You had to do it in the right place.
With arm socks and trip pants.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a fedora.
And a fedora. With Nickelback in the headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. But do you remember a band that used to play there all the time called Before I Say Goodbye?
No, I actually never went there for like a band. I just went there that one time.
It was Shannon's brother's band. Remember Shannon Hagen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was her brother's band, and they were actually really good. They actually were pretty good. They had a song called Waltz for Venus. I still remember it. Like, it's crazy the things that you forget that you remember.
Yeah.
But
Well, your mind's like a steel trap. Just sometimes it gets rusty.
right. But yeah, anyway, Bailey wanted us to play at her birthday party,
Uh-huh.
and she sent me a text message asking me to perform at her birthday,
Uh-huh.
and wanted me to sing this song to her.
What song was it?
It was probably the cringiest fucking teenage love drama in song form you've
Was
ever
it
heard.
like the theme song to Twilight or something? Like, what
No,
the
it's
fuck?
way worse, Kevin. It's like a 7-minute song.
Oh, my God.
A dude is like, it's really, really like sad country sounding like melody, but it's super pop. The kid's like absolutely a Yankee Doodle dandy. You know what I mean?
What song was it?
I can't remember. It was so cringy.
Who sang it?
It's got,
You-
I didn't know the name of the dude. I've never heard it again. I've never heard that song again. I've never heard that song except for this. But this little girl and all of her little friends, they all knew this song and it made them cry. They wanted me to sing it.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's a song about a dude singing. I think he got into a car wreck with his girlfriend. And like, it's just fucking woe is me, woe is you. This is terrible.
Is it Red Ragtop?
No. Fucking, I will, because she sent it to me. She sent me the request on Facebook, so I can tell you. Let's see here. Huh? It's going to be in here. Holy shit.
So when was this?
2014 is when this conversation. Okay, let me see here. He would come to me with inappropriate questions.
Like what?
Like, I just scrolled through a whole conversation about cutting.
Like
She was cutting herself.
slitting your... Oh, my God.
And she came to me.
Why you?
That's a good ass question. And I had to fucking talk her through it and be like, it's bad. You shouldn't do that, okay? Fucking,
Drugs are bad, okay?
I'm not going to pour this poor girl's whole fucking...
Yeah, especially considering she was a minor.
Yeah.
Let's see, 2014. That was 8 years ago. So she's definitely not a minor anymore, but still.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hi Bailey. If you're listening to this, I doubt it. Fucking, where's the name of this? Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't see it, it's not that important. But
I want to know the name of the song now.
I am curious. Not gonna
ramble
lie.
incoherently for a minute.
I don't like rambling incoherently. I sound retarded. Not that that's any different from any other day. But
Okay, so let me. Oh man, this is like the sweetest message ever. I have to read this.
okay.
So Crimson Highway was on my nerves. I was ready to quit the band,
Uh-huh.
and she found out from her parents that I was going to quit, and she sent me this message. Hey! Exclamation! Sideways smiley face. I heard you want to leave the band! Exclamation mark! Question mark. Dude, please just know. Oh, this is kind of I can't say this. This is like self float.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really sweet.
Well,
You just can't. I'm the most upset. You just can't. I like Crimson Highway better than Blood on the Dance Floor. You can ask Mom and Dad. I listen to them all the time. Please, just if you don't want to stay, at least really think about it. You can't just leave. There isn't a better singer than you.
so there's two things I'm thinking about right now. Either one, her dad knew that you that she had like a crush on you or something, and he was trying to use her to get you to stay.
Well, it didn't work. I sent her a really long, like, oh, that's sweet, but you know,
Yeah.
it's different. It's bigger than just this.
Yeah.
Maybe she came to me personally because I'm not finding video.
Jesus, how many?
Oh no, there it is. Forever and Always by Parachute.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
It's the gayest song you've never heard. I'll turn it on for you after that.
Yeah, let's not do it right now.
Yeah,
I
because
think
we
I think
get copyright
YouTube
strike.
has a thing about doing that.
Yeah, copyright strike.
Yeah.
That's why we have the intro that we have because it's
Non-copyright.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna tag them. I didn't tag them in the first episode, but I want to tag them in the second one because, like, you know,
Yeah, it's good to give artists their due.
yeah, I didn't mean to not tag them in the. I was
Yeah.
just trying to get through the upload.
Yeah, whoever made that song, just know that we appreciate you.
We really appreciate you.
It's a cool sounding song. That's why we used it.
Yeah, it makes our podcast sound like a Tool commercial.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so since we're on music and stuff, what was a band that kind of you feel shaped you into your musical interests and career and stuff like that?
There are several.
Now, give us the Cliff Notes.
Breaking Benjamin for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not like Breaking Benjamin, really.
I had their entire discography on loop.
Really?
Them and so like I had for some reason for a period of 2 years I had 3 discographies from 3 different bands on loop. One of them is Breaking Benjamin. Can you guess the other 2? There's one of them I know you'll never get.
One is definitely going to be, what you call it? Nickelback.
Nope.
Really? Okay. Okay, let's 20 questions this.
Okay. I'm in.
Okay.
So you've already got one. You said Nickelback.
Yeah.
So you got 19 questions left.
Okay. Were they...
And we're just going to do it for the one that I think you can get. The other one is so out of left field.
Okay. Is it a semi-popular band or a popular band at least?
Yes.
Okay. Were they active around between the years of 2005 and 2010?
Yes.
Were they like a post-grunge / modern rock band?
That's a wide genre, but yes. Because many genres fall into that category.
I mean, yeah, kind of. I'm trying to think about the songs that you wrote and stuff.
This was after Skyline Gray.
Oh, okay.
Or it was like right toward the end where I built this, and I listened to it all the way up until I moved back to Alabama.
Yeah. Were they?
Oh yeah, we're based in like the Columbus, Georgia area, by the way.
Yeah.
We never even established that.
Not really. Were they active before 1999?
I don't think so. I think their first album was 2003. If they were active, they were infant.
2003. Was it a day to remember?
No.
Oh. Was it a band like A Day to Remember?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, you could put them in the same playlist.
Was it Bullet for My Valentine?
No.
Oh.
Also would fit in that playlist. You might not actually get this.
I might not. Did I say this doesn't count as a question? Did I say 3 Days Grace?
You have not said 3 Days Grace.
Was it 3 Days Grace?
No.
Is it a band that I would know?
Yeah. I don't say how you couldn't.
Have they made anything recently?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not familiar with it, but yes. And one of their members has been, like, very active.
Very active. Is this member that's very active a former member?
No.
No. Okay, shit. I thought I almost had it there.
Thought it was for first to last, didn't you?
I thought it was Escape the Fate.
Oh. Okay.
Side story. I played a show with Max. What's his name? What's his last name? Max Green, the bass player, the original bass player for Escape the Fate.
No shit.
He played a show in town with the group that he was playing, and then my band opened up for him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was probably one of our best fucking shows ever.
That's epic.
Like, I was dialed the fuck in. Okay. I'm running out of questions.
You got 8 left. Come on.
Would you categorize it more towards fun, like punk or metal?
I'd have to say punk.
More punk. Okay.
Sometimes that line gets real blurry.
It's not Green Day. Shit.
Come on, man.
I'm thinking.
We're doing a podcast here.
I know it. I'm thinking. Oh, I gotta move my mic. Okay. More punk than metal.
Yeah.
Between 2003 and 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Or recently, actually.
7 questions left.
This is hard. I might have to give up on this.
Yeah, you're not asking anything. You're just
Yeah.
Ask questions. Come on.
How many members are in the band?
5.
So this doesn't count as a question. Bass, guitar, second guitar, drums, vocals.
Correct.
All separate members.
Correct.
Okay.
So that was a question. Got 5 more.
Oh shit. I don't know, man. I give up.
Come on, just try a little more. We come all the way to the finish line. It's like the fucking what happened at D&D. We get all the way there. You can see it, and then you fucking.
Was it Puddle of Mud?
No.
Could you put it in the same playlist?
Couple of songs.
Thrice.
Nope.
Damn.
That was a good guess.
How many I got left now? What, 2?
3.
3?
It's a much more popular band.
Much more popular.
Yeah. Like, wildly popular compared to Puddle of Mud.
But still in that same wheelhouse.
Don't worry about it.
Ah, Jesus.
There's a whole genre you're ignoring. This band kind of defined that genre.
Define that genre, huh?
They kind of gave birth to it.
Would you tell me what that genre is?
Emo.
Oh.
2 more questions.
And this doesn't count. And it's not A Day
Any
to
of the bands you've
Remember.
named. Not A Day to Remember. Day to Remember did not found emo.
No, but they were very influential.
Yeah, but they came along way after.
Yeah, but like emo started in the 80s.
Double O's emo. Not goth.
Okay. So we're talking like Yellow Card and fucking Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
Nope. One last guess. You can do better than that. Come on.
My Chemical Romance.
Boom!
Holy fuck.
On the last trip. Last question. Last possible chance to get it. You got it.
I got it.
Yeah. I had, so in that mix, I had Breaking Benjamin, My Chemical Romance, and 12 Stones.
Yeah, I would have never guessed that.
Never would have guessed 12 Stones.
I've never even heard of that.
So their lead singer, the way I found them is because I was listening, I was a big Evanescence fan.
Yeah.
And I was listening to Bring Me to Life, and I was like, I wonder what the fuck is up with that singer. I've never heard that singer anywhere else. Paul McCoy is his name, and he's the lead singer of 12 Stones.
Okay.
So I found 12 Stones, and they had some shit. Like, mostly they suck. But they had some pretty good songs, and I memorized their complete discography, the whole thing.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know why I picked 12 Stones. I think the plan was to just have a mix. I know I wanted to hear Breaking Benjamin and My Chemical Romance, and I just wanted to throw in a new band, and every once in a while I'd renew it.
Yeah.
I just never renewed it. It was just Breaking Benjamin, My Chemical Romance, and 12 Stones. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 2 years, that was my soundtrack.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of similar to how mine was. You want to take a guess at my 3?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, give me the first one.
Okay, the first one
Just to set this up.
is definitely a gimme.
Okay.
Was Red Hot Chili Peppers.
All right.
I was huge into Red Hot Chili Peppers. I had, when you said you had those guys' entire discography, I had the Red Hot Chili Peppers' entire discography. I had everything from fucking Funky Monks to Stadium Arcadium, which at the time was their latest album. And by the way, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. I guess it's a tie. Blood Sugar Sex Magic and Californications were their best albums.
I agree. So now I'm going to play 20 questions with you.
Okay.
Guessing, or could I possibly conceive the other 2?
Yes.
All right, so latch on to one.
Well, one, maybe.
Latch on to one, and I'm going to ask questions about it.
Okay.
And if I get them both during this, because I'm just going to fire off some names real quick.
Okay.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
No.
Rush.
Yeah. Well, no. That's not the one I was thinking of, but now that you said that, I had a lot of Rush.
Okay.
But it's not the one I was thinking of, in all honesty.
We'll call that a percentage win.
Yeah.
All right.
That would have been the 4th one that I had all of them.
Just give me back my question. Fucking. Okay. So I said Earth, Wind, and Fire. I said Rush. Now I'm stumped all of a sudden. Wolfman. Does it fit in like? Is it a playlist that anybody could enjoy? Is it specifically just you? Like, would this next band fit in a Red Hot Chili Peppers playlist traditionally?
To a certain individual, not even just me, to a certain individual it would.
Who's that certain individual?
Somebody like me.
All right, you can tick that box.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Sorry.
Okay. 90s.
Yes.
Grunge.
I would not consider it grunge, no.
Jazz.
No.
Blues.
No.
Rock.
Yes.
Pre-grunge or post-grunge?
Well, they kind of happened a little bit before grunge, but we're still around after grunge.
Would you consider it hair metal?
No.
Okay. Pearl Jam?
Nope.
Fuck.
Although I do love me some Pearl Jam.
Yeah. Stone Temple Pilots.
Nope. Do love me some Stone Temple Pilots
Love me
too.
some Stone Temple Pilots.
You got 10 questions left.
That's okay. Fuck.
Come on, man. You're hemming and hawing a whole lot.
I know. Hey, I'm taking way less time than you.
Yeah, what the fuck ever.
We get to fucking review this, so watch out, Mr. Chris Rock is donkey.
Oh my god, we gotta tell that story after this.
We do. Okay, so I Spy with My Little Eye in their 90s, came before grunge, hung around afterwards. They're a rock band. They can't be misconstrued with jazz. Punk?
Punk undertones.
Punk
Very,
undertones.
very punk attitude, I would say. But not
Punk.
punk as a genre.
So that's good. That rules out Green Day.
Yeah. I liked Green Day, but I didn't have their whole discography. After Dookie and American Idiot, they kind of lost me.
Yeah, that 21 Guns, I didn't
didn't like it.
My brother loved it.
It was basically
He thought 21 Guns was the best.
it was basically the Toby Keith of punk music.
Yeah, but like honestly, I feel the same way about them that I do My Chemical Romance. I feel like they get a lot of hate just because they had those two big, like, mind-blowing albums. They had American Idiot and Welcome to the Black Parade.
Yeah.
Like, and they were just talking shit because they were tired of hearing the songs. But like, and they're saying they changed this stuff. What changed is they got good at writing music.
Yeah.
They became better musicians, and you're mad at them.
Yeah.
Shut up,
Dude, Mike Dirnt was one of the most
Dirnt.
Dirnt, D-I-R-N-T is how you spell his last name. He was one of the most how do I say this? Like he just had a style about him that was signaturely him. Yeah, like he came up with some very inventive bass lines, like that Longview. I can't remember the whole name of it, but it was Longview and then parentheses something else. That was an awesome bass line. Anyway,
He was really cool.
he was. I liked him.
Fucking. Okay. Not punk. Tool?
Nope. I actually didn't get into Tool until later in life.
I still roll to the pot. If I ever roll a joint, I put on the pot.
Yeah. I love me some Tool now.
Who are you doing your finger?
Yeah.
Fucking goofy sounding vocals.
But it fucking worked,
It
man.
slaps, bro.
It was awesome.
All right, let's see. God damn it. Soundgarden.
Nope.
Audio Slave.
Nope.
Fuck. Can't be Linkin Park.
Nope.
That wasn't a question. I said it can't be. Walker? It's not hair metal.
Nope.
And it's before grunge, but stuck around until after.
Yep.
Jesus, but fucking Christ. It's rock. Are there southern undertones?
No.
Rock with punk undertones. Fuck me, dude. Hang on. I want to get one.
I'm surprised you can't get this, honestly.
I'm also surprised, question mark. It's a Wolfman band. And it's rock kind of punk. Smashing Pumpkins?
Nope. I didn't really like Smashing Pumpkins.
I liked a couple of songs. I gotta listen to him more often because Terry Rush, it was his favorite band.
Mm.
He was also a good bass.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. Are they known for their bass lines?
Kinda, but not.
Rage Against the Machine?
Yep.
Aha! Hooray!
I studied Tim Comerford. Like, that dude was one of my fucking idols.
Bet you about 3 questions, bitch.
Yep, you got me. You want to know what the other one was?
Yeah.
Metallica.
Oh, well, I never would have got that.
Yeah.
You don't strike me as a Metallica fella.
So, I have a love-hate relationship with Metallica. Nowadays, when I was younger, I was so into fucking Cliff Burton.
Yeah.
Cliff Burton is the reason that I picked up a bass guitar. Because when I was in the orchestra in 8th grade, we had a trip to some shitty amusement park in South Georgia. I can't remember the name of it now. And on the way back, my friend Alex Plata, however you say his name. Alex, if you're listening, I'm sorry I'm butchering your name, but you're the reason I picked up a bass guitar, because he showed me Anesthesia Pulling Teeth. The bass solo where you turn it on and it's like track 1, and then he goes into this crazy wah distortion filled fucking bass solo that lasts for like 2 or 3 minutes. And then Lars, the drummer, comes in with this driving beat, and then the guitars come in, and they kind of finish off with this really cool fucking just jam. There's no words. It was the very first track on Master of Puppets or Ride the Lightning. I can't remember. But that era with Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning, and then he wrote a lot of stuff for the Black Album. But he unfortunately passed away before they got to record the rest of it. So Jason Newsted picked up. And
Jason Newsted gets a lot of hate.
Yeah, he does. He was actually a really good bass player, but the rest of the guys, like Lars and the lead singer, James Hetfield, they turned him down so low in the mix. Have you ever seen And Justin for Jason? It's a video on YouTube where they took
And Justin for Jason?
And Justice for Jason.
Oh.
They took the album And Justice for All, which was the first album he was really on that like he was the one that wrote the parts or
he was
tried
the
to write
bassist.
He was the bassist for that. They turned him so low in the mix that
and
you
Justice
cannot.
for All was probably one of the first Metallica songs I latched onto.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah. I felt later in life when I got to understanding like what actually happened. I think I remember watching Some Kind of Monster, the documentary when they were making the album they were making the album Saint Anger when Rob Trujillo came in. Rob Trujillo is such a fucking underrated bass player that he is wasted on Metallica. Absolutely fucking wasted. Because if you ever listen to like Suicidal Tendencies and what was the other one he was in? Infectious Grooves.
There's another Trujillo playing with a band.
Yeah, it's his son.
Who's he with?
He's with Korn.
Yes, he would play. Yes.
Rob Trujillo's 15-year-old son is filling in for Feldy with Korn. You know how fucking cool that is?
It's crazy cool.
If I was that kid, dude, that'd be fucking awesome.
I said the same thing when Wolfgang Van Halen got to tour.
Yeah.
Dad and them. But he's also a Van Halen.
Yeah, I mean, the kid just oozes musical genius.
Yeah.
His new stuff with Mammoth WVH or whatever it is, really good stuff.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a little like, for one, like he and his dad had to have an amazing, because so like when my granny passed, I have tried more than 100 times to write a song, and I can't do it. Like once I get a couple of meaningful words in, I'm a blubbering mess. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I don't understand how he says that to his dad in that song and doesn't just lose it. Like the sorrow I feel when I try is just impossible. I don't know how he does that. It blows my mind. Like it's a superpower. Like they had to have had an amazing relationship, an amazing amount of closure.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe it's because I feel guilt.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you think about Eddie, you know, he's had cancer for years upon years.
They've known it was coming.
Yeah. You know, and basically, he's been dying since like 2003.
Yeah.
Like, not to be an asshole about it, but that's kind of the truth of the matter.
Hang on, we were on something. Metallica.
Yeah.
You were telling a story and we sidetracked.
Oh, no, I mean, I was done with it. I was just saying that, you know, my friend Alex showed me Anesthesia Pulling Teeth. Because, like, you know, I played the upright bass, and he was like, hey, have you ever heard this? And I thought it was a fucking guitar. And it was Cliff Burton. He's playing this modded up Rickenbacker that he did all this shit himself, and he fucking wrote that solo himself. He did all that shit. And I was just fucking enamored. And so I consumed everything I could that had anything to do with Cliff Burton.
Cliff Burton was. Did you see the documentary when they were interviewing Trujillo?
Yeah, that's Some Kind of Monster.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when they were making the Saint Anger album.
Oh, dude. I hate. I tried to like it, and it's just the most annoying song.
Did you ever listen to the rest of the album?
I'm positive that, you know, I've put their entire discography, Saint Anger.
Yeah.
So I know I have heard the rest of it, and it did not annoy me as Anger. I hated Saint Anger. I didn't realize how much I hated it until I tried to listen to it like 4 months ago. God, it was awful.
I haven't listened to it this decade, but I mean, I used to like it. Although I have to say, I fucking hate Lars Ulrich.
Yeah,
his drumming is so mediocre compared to everybody else. Because even Kirk Hammett, like, he catches a lot of shit for how he always has a wah on.
Oh, well, I mean, it's his thing.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got their thing, but like if you listen to like the old, especially like Ride the Lightning and fucking Master of Puppets, the Black Album, he had really good solos in those. You know, very intricate, detailed, clean, you know, dirty because of the distortion, but clean fingering. You know, he got the notes and everything. They were all really good.
So what do you, let me ask you a question real quick.
Okay.
What do you think Metallica, like, look at their body of work and leave everything the same except replace Kirk Hammett with Dave Mustaine?
Okay, this is a controversial topic. I know it's very divisive.
Yeah.
I don't like Megadeth.
Myself, honestly, I know that one song that's good.
There's this one song called Dawn Patrol that Dave Mustaine doesn't do anything on.
Mm-hmm.
I love that song.
What's the main song of theirs?
Sells.
Who's buying?
Yeah, Peace Sells. Who's buying?
Is that it? That's the one?
That's the one they're really super known for. There was a couple others that aren't really coming to name.
I feel
to
like there
mind.
was
I mean,
another big one. Like Peace Sells sounds like.
I want to say Creeping Death, but that's not. That's not.
Megadeth Greatest Hits.
He's looking it up on his phone.
You're looking it up on your phone.
No, I'm not. You are.
Train of Consequences.
Never heard it.
Sweating Bullets.
I've heard that one.
She-Wolf.
Never heard it.
Trust.
I think I've heard that one.
Mechanics.
Never heard it.
Angry Again.
Nope.
Dread and the Fugitive Mind.
Nope.
Getting my teeth. Symphony of Destruction.
Symphony of Destruction.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Hangar 18.
I've heard that one.
Yeah.
That one was, you remember Guitar Hero?
Yeah.
Dude. Guitar Hero 2. That song was on Guitar Hero 2. And I remember playing it in fucking Cliffs of Dover. And, actually, you know what's funny? So getting back to my other band, the one that you were doing 20 questions for,
mm-hmm.
I heard, the first time I ever heard Killing in the Name of was on Guitar Hero. And so I heard that song. I was like, oh my God, that is fucking, like, that song fucks.
Yeah, that song fucks. That might have been the first time I heard them too.
And yeah, I immediately jumped into every single thing they ever did. And actually, now that I say this, it's kind of funny because you said Audio Slave.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what Chris Cornell
and
backed by everybody but Zach De La Rocha.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have swore that they were late night.
What's that?
Fucking
Rage Against the Machine?
yeah.
No. They started in like 87, 88.
Oh, that's why they're so like. That's why they're so like.
They're
like. It sounds like they would probably fit. Like you could probably sneak them into an NWA fucking playlist.
Oh yeah. You know, I mean, well, because you know they kind of reinvented themselves with Be Real and the guy from Run DMC. I can't remember the guy's name, but Be Real's from Cypress Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's basically the same thing as like with Audio Slave. It was Rage Against the Machine, sans Zach De La Rocha, and then they had Be Real and the guy from Run DMC. And they were called the Prophets of Rage.
Damn.
They were fucking great. They came out in like 2017 or something like that. They had some really good songs.
Didn't Rage Against the Machine they went back on tour, didn't they? And people were yelling at them because they were charging big.
Yeah, just recently they did that. It was kind of a thing because their whole thing is like super left leaning, liberal, you know, basically communists. You know, they were idolizing. I can't remember the guy's name, but the dude that's on their album cover, it wasn't Evil Empire. It was one of them. It's not Castro, but a guy like Castro,
like a Cuban.
Yeah, he was some kind of South American dictator. I can't remember the guy's name. It's not really that important. But they basically support communist views, at least Zach De La Rocha and Tom Morello do. And so they're doing that, but then they're charging like $1,000 a ticket.
Capitalist.
At the end of the day, yeah,
they're capitalists saying they're
yeah.
But like, dude, communism doesn't work.
No.
Wait.
It's been proven time and time again.
And socialism doesn't work.
Not really.
It never has. It every time it's ever been tried, it has failed.
Yeah. Well, yes and no, because if you think about it, the military is technically socialism.
I guess so.
I mean, it is. Like, I've had people from, that were in the military tell me, it's like, yeah, it's socialism, Everybody does everything. You all get paid the same. It doesn't matter if you're amazing or a complete shitbird. You're going to get paid the same. As long as you don't step out of line, you're going to basically walk through your enlistment, and then you're going to get out, and then you're going to go about your life.
Yeah, but the go about your life part is where we escape from traditional socialism.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, it's not true socialism in that aspect. But when
you actually get to do what you want at some point.
Yeah, but when you're in,
and while you're in, you can make moves to get out.
I mean, yeah, but unless you have some extenuating circumstances, you sign that contract, you're fucking there.
Right, but you signed the contract.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes, there are things that make it not socialism, but once you're in, it's socialism.
Yeah, you signed a contract for 4 years. For 4 years, you're a part of that construct.
Exactly.
But like,
that's my point.
Just don't sign one for 30 fucking years,
Well, I mean, nobody signs one for 30 years. You re-enlist, and that's what keeps you going.
Yeah, but, so how often typically do they have to re-enlist?
I think it varies per branch.
Like Army.
Yeah, so that's the one I have the most experience with because, fucking Fort Benning's right here.
Right.
Basically every third girl in my high school graduating class has been married to an Army guy and probably divorced at this point.
Right.
But I digress. I think the Army is like a 4-year contract.
4 year, 4 year, 4 year, 4 year.
Yeah, I think there's some, like, once you get past your first initial 4-year, you can do, like, an additional 2 or an additional 3 or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but you start out at a 4-year, I'm pretty sure.
So, but now after each of those 4-year stints, you can be like, all right, well, I'm done with this.
Yeah, you don't have to re-enlist. You can just get out.
Yeah, just go back to capitalism.
Yeah, but once you've done, 2 4-year stints, you're kind of making a career out of it at this point.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because take my cousin.
If I worked anywhere for 8 years, I'd be hesitant to leave.
I mean, I'm pretty close to 8 years now at the place I'm at, and yeah, I don't plan on leaving anytime soon, honestly.
But the good news for you guys, Kevin's employers, you get a Wolfman for the rest of your life.
I get paid far too good to do so as little as I do.
Kevin, calm down. You're gonna talk yourself out of a job or out of high pay.
Yeah, well, hopefully that doesn't happen. I told some people at work about the podcast, but they're not high up enough to do anything about me getting fired or anything like that. So there's that.
Well, now they can carry a phone up to somebody and be like, "Listen to him."
Well, I mean, it's like any kind of corporate job. Everybody just looks mostly busy.
Yeah. That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Corporate jobs are like that.
You couldn't walk through any kind of corporate job and throw a stone and not hit somebody fucking off at some point in the day.
That's a lot where I work.
Yeah.
I've already told you this.
Yeah.
It's mostly, you got to do what you got to do as long as your job is done.
Yeah.
Fucking, if you're tired, because like being your own boss is awesome. And that's essentially what we are. We manage ourselves. Fucking. And if it's a day when I don't fucking feel like doing anything, I can make that known, especially if I've been busting my ass. And I can just sort of hang low and let the people who give me stuff to do see I'm not feeling so great. They'll cut me some fucking slack. They'll give me some windshield time.
Yeah.
I can just listen to podcasts.
Much like the I'm not going to work tomorrow podcast.
Yeah, much like this one.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Yeah, shameless plug there.
Yeah.
So how long has this thing been going for?
We're at 2 hours and 49 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You want to just go? You want to go till 3 and just call it? I didn't realize we were that far past 2.
At 49. Yeah, might as well. We'll go for another little bit.
Yeah, in just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll call it.
Yeah.
Fucking. Well, now it feels weird and built up. We should probably just end it. Fucking.
Yeah, now that you know, it's like I think it's like Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
You ever heard that?
Uh-uh.
It's a thing in like theater and movies and stuff. Like they're
Oh.
once you mention the gun is real.
Yep. If there's a gun on screen, as soon as you acknowledge it, it has to be fired.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I think that's an interesting notion.
Yeah, we both just look at the gun.
Yeah.
Well, all right, well, this has been an exciting encounter. We talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What would you name this episode? 20 questions.
Well, all right, wait. I thought you were asking me a question.
I was, and then I answered it.
There's that. Well, okay, so when I sent you the name for the last one, you know, the Fandom Podcaster,
Yeah.
I kind of had a Star Wars. Actually, now that I think about it, we gave it a Star Wars name, the first podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Never mentioned Star Wars.
Never did. Well, I thought you were just referencing the fact that your mic was cutting in and out. Oh, yeah, by the way, sorry about that.
Yeah, I hope it was better this time. I got a new mic.
Yeah. And we put real dollars into this.
Yeah.
Kevin's not hard-earned dollars.
Yeah.
Went right into this.
I had to work for a whole 2 hours to afford this mic.
He means he had to sit on the pot for a whole 2 hours to afford this mic.
Anyway.
Fucking.
What were we talking about? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're naming
So
it.
we named it, we gave it a Star Wars-esque name, never even mentioned Star Wars.
All right,
But
so
when
now
I-
we're going to
when-
name this one something that has nothing to do with what we talked about.
Yeah, so when I gave it that name, I was kind of going to continue with that. It would be like the return. Fuck, what was this name? What was the second Star Wars movie in the prequels?
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Voice.
Return of the Voice.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because your mic is working again.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. It's just a working theory. We'll figure it out before we post this.
Return of the Voice. Fucking.
Or it could be 20 questions. Who knows? Might come up with
Return
something.
of the 20 questions voice.
That's no.
Return of the 20 voices.
That
questions.
just makes it seem like we're schizophrenic. Anyway, this has been the
We're schizophrenic.
this has been the I'm Not Going to Work Tomorrow podcast. Thanks for listening.
I'm not going to work.
I'm definitely not going to work tomorrow.